All right, Haunted Duplex, Part 3. Now, it's personal.
I don't know about this one. The first one was good, but the second one was kind of crappy.
All right, so let's recap. 4 dummies in a dining room, bastardizing a Ouija board. We hear a growl come from the hallway. Gesundheit, bless you. Some ghost keeps whispering shit to me like we're in a movie theater. Hey, stop hogging all the juju bees, you dick. And then Brewer tried to fight a ghost for trying to steal all our Christmas presents. Okay, cool, got it.
Incident number 3, Dream Ghosts.
Okay, it's nighttime. Me and the rehab version of Lindsay Lohan are sleeping. Now I'm knocked out. I've probably been sleeping for a couple hours at this point. I start having this very peculiar, very realistic dream. Cue the dream sequence. Whoa, look at that animation. Look out, Pixar Studios. I'm coming for you. Now, in this dream, I'm standing in the middle of my room, and I look over, and I can see myself laying there sleeping. Oh my God, I'm dreaming right now. Look at me. God damn it, I'm a handsome man. Then I look over to the corner of my room, and there's goddamn Captain Howdy himself, Mr. Black Shadow. Goddamn thing is practically a roommate at this point. I see it every goddamn week. So there it is, just hanging out, just loitering in the corner of my bedroom. Now, as soon as I see this thing, I start to panic, like hardcore panic, like somebody trying to barge in the bathroom while you're taking a poop type of panic. I've literally never been this scared of anything in my life. It's a goddamn black cloud, for Christ's sake. I could suck that thing up with a vacuum, all Ghostbusters-like. No big deal. But staring at this thing, for whatever reason, it's about to give me an anxiety attack. I'm trying to scream, but since I'm so scared, it's coming out like blah, blah. I sound like a befuddled Hank Hill. Blah!
God damn it, Bobby.
It's not a bad Hank Hill, right? It's passable. And I'm not just screaming in my dream, I'm doing it in real life. My ex-girlfriend wakes up, she's thinking I'm being possessed by the devil.
Oh no, wake up, damn it!
She's like UFC punching me in the head. And for like 15 seconds, I can't wake up. It's full-on sleep paralysis. And I can't take my eyes off of Pazuzu, the demon over there, making me feel like a little wussy girl in a little wussy pink dress. And then finally, I snap out of it. Oh, piss! What am I, having night terrors now? I'm not a goddamn Vietnam War veteran. I shouldn't be yelling in my sleep like there's Charlie in the trees. I'm trying to explain myself that this damn ghost was inside my head. I need to file a goddamn paranormal restraining order against it. Now, this whole thing would happen a few more times. I'm dreaming that I'm in my house, black shadows in the corner of the room, Hank Hill scream. Whoa! But there's one night in particular that stands out among the rest.
Incident number 4.
Get out of my dreams and into my duplex. Get out of my dreams and into my duplex. Now, this right here, hands down, is the most scared I've ever been in my entire life. All right, it's the middle of the night. Like always, can never happen during the daytime where it's nice and light out and safe. No, it's dark time. Everybody's sleeping in the house, including myself. All of a sudden, I'm standing in my room again, watching myself sleep. Oh crap, here we go again. But guess what? I look in the corner, no pervert shadow standing there. What a relief. Okay, maybe this is gonna be a good dream. Seems like I don't have any of those anymore. It's either a demon ghost trying to eat my soul, or Harry and Marv are trying to break into my house. So in this dream, I walk out into the dining room, and I can see out into the living room, and the light's on. All right, maybe everything's gonna be all right after all. Nope, I don't think so. The light flickers out in the living room. Oh crap, there's that damn black shadow. It's coming right for me. Time to panic.
Oh God, oh my God.
The only thing I can think to do is try to turn on the dining room light. My actual arm is up in the air. I'm in bed, pantomiming, turning on the dining room light. In my dream, this thing's getting bigger and bigger. It's morphing. Where's the goddamn Megazord when you need it? Oh piss, oh piss. Ah! Ah! What the hell was that all about?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Holy shit. And right at this point is when things got a little too real. Because it was right at this point we heard footsteps walking in the dining room back out to the living room. Both of us heard it, as clear as day. They were footsteps that sounded like they had claws on them. Or some shit. Like a goddamn giant Doberman walking on 2 feet. That's what it sounded like. Clop, 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 clop. If it was Poop City in my pants before, this must have been Poop Universe. I get my phone out again.
Hello?
Dude, if you want to have a rematch for our Christmas presents, I'm pretty sure that thing is in the living room, and I'm pretty sure it'll beat your ass silly. I couldn't turn enough lights on in my room. I got my head pressed to the door like a man Frank. Now this was the last paranormal occurrence that's ever happened to me. We moved out of that duplex shortly after that. We took that Ouija board and we sent it with Brewer's girlfriend. Let her deal with all the demons. Now, all that was 7 years ago. And if you don't believe any of this, I really can't blame you. If I was the one watching this crap hole of an animation, I probably wouldn't believe it either. Oh, brewstew, that really didn't happen. You're smoking crack. No, I wasn't smoking crack. I couldn't even afford it back then, all right? I was living on a budget, a very strict budget. Like I said, believe it or don't. Was it a ghost? Was it a demon? Was I smoking crack? I don't know. Sorry that this wasn't like the end of a Scooby-Doo episode.
Oh, it was Mr. Jenkins the whole time.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you and your stupid furry puking dog. But I do want you to take a few things away from this little stupid mini-series. Number one, Ouija boards are bad news. Play Boggle or some other shit, okay? It's far more rewarding. Number two, if you hear a noise in the middle of the night, it's probably the devil. Don't second guess yourself. And finally, number three, the most important, get your drunk ass friend some Taco Bell if he's hungry. Whole goddamn situation could have been avoided if we would have got Cody his goddamn cheesy gordita crunch. Chalupa.
brewstew.com.
All right, Haunted Duplex, Part 2, back with a vengeance. God, what a shitty movie poster that would be.
I can't wait to see this one. The first one was so good.
All right, let's recap a little bit from where we left off. 4 dummies in a dining room, tempting the devil with a Ouija board. My dead great-grandma makes a cameo and shows up.
I'm dead.
Some shadow demon crawls across my ceiling, makes me piss myself. And Cody didn't get Taco Bell that night.
Ah, damn it.
Okay, cool, we got it. So a few weeks go by, and nothing creepy happens, so the whole Ouija board night starts to become practically a joke to us. If anything goes missing in the house, it's the ghost's fault. The ghost did it.
Where'd the toilet paper go? Goddamn ghost.
But what would happen soon after were a number of things that I like to call the incidents, and they would happen randomly every couple of weeks.
Incident number 1, the hay incident.
So I'm laying in bed one night. My ex-girlfriend's there too. We're talking about something, I don't really remember what. Let's just say it was about her being a selfish asshole. How about that? It's like 3 in the morning. Everything's turned off in the house. Brewer, my roommate, he's down the hall sleeping with his door closed. He's got his dog in there sleeping too. That's really what the dog looks like. It's furry as hell. So we're laying there, and we're about to fall asleep when all of a sudden, right next to my head, I hear something say, "Hey," and it was very distinct. So distinct that we both heard it. Did you just hear somebody say, "Hey"?
Yeah, I sure did.
Now, it's one thing to hear some shit by yourself, because you can always play it off like, oh, it's probably just the house settling. Maybe it's the pipes in the walls making noises. Pipes can make noises that sound like human words, right?
Hey, how's it going? What's up?
But when you're with somebody else that hears it too, what are you supposed to do then? I tell you what you do then. Your mind goes totally blank, and there's a brick of shit in your pants. Okay, I don't know what that was all about, but let's sleep with the lights on, huh? How about that?
Incident number 2.
Christmas time shenanigans. That's what we're calling it. Okay, whatever. So there I am, a few weeks later, and I'm laying in my bed. I'm trying to go to sleep. Brewer's in his room, door closed. He's been sleeping for probably a couple hours. So I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, I can hear a noise coming from the bathroom. Someone, or something, is screwing around with something in there. It's making a noise that sounds like this. So naturally, I try to be logical about the situation. Oh my god, there's probably a demon in there rummaging through all our shit, probably eating all our Tylenol and squeezing out all the toothpaste. Now I'm pretty scared at this point because I'm a big wuss, you know? Instead of going in there to figure things out, I just lay there and listen to this damn noise, and it just keeps going on and on. Finally, I figure it out. It's that goddamn flippy thingy that you pull up on bathtubs to make the shower head come on. Something's in there fornicating with that thing in my bathroom, and I really don't appreciate it at this hour in the night. And then, all of a sudden, it stops. All right, cool, perfect. Now I can pretend this never happened and go back to sleep. And that's when something slams up against my door. Talk about being scared. It was poop city in my pants. I couldn't even form words with my mouth. Hubba, 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 hubba. Somehow, in my panic, I grab my phone and I call my roommate. You know, he's 12 feet down the hallway, but I'm gonna call him on my phone.
Hello?
Oh yeah, you get it right this time, asshole. Good job. Hello indeed. Something just slammed up against my door. I'm freaking out. Did you hear something messing around with the thingy that turns the shower on? Thingy that turns the shower on? The faucet? No, the other thing.
The handles?
No, the damn thing that makes the shower go.
Water pressure?
Jesus Christ, forget it. Yeah, Brewer, water pressure. That makes a noise, right? Guess what time it is? Sleeping with the lights on time, my favorite. I eventually go back to sleep, somehow, and a few hours later, my roommate wakes up to his dog throwing up. You know that unmistakable, shitty sound dogs make when they're about to barf all over the place? You hear that shit from the other room, and you're like, oh no, Barfarama time! And the countdown's on, you gotta shuffle your dog outside before he pukes all over your PlayStation 2. So his dog throws up all over, and he has to clean it up at ass o'clock in the morning. He's in the kitchen, and he's washing his hands. Now, according to his testimony, he says he heard someone say, what are you doing? From somewhere towards the living room. He looks over, and he sees this goddamn black shadow peeking around the Christmas tree. Now, his first thought is, holy piss, there's somebody in the house.
Get out of here, you little pervert!
He goes running into the living room, and this is where I wake up. I have no idea what's going on. I'm thinking we're getting raided.
Ah, what's going on? Is it the Russians?
He gets out there. There's nothing there. I walk out there to see what all the hubbub is about.
Dude, I just seen a black shadow from behind the Christmas tree.
Well, well, well. Look who's seeing shadow people now. It was behind the Christmas tree, huh? You sure it wasn't the Grinch? Huh? He's stealing all our presents? I don't know, brewer. Sounds a lot like the Grinch. Yeah, it's not funny when it happens to your ass now, is it? We're sitting on the couch like, okay, well, what do we do now? We either A, have a severe gas leak in the house and we're hallucinating, or B, we did bring a ghost in the house thanks to that goddamn Ouija board. I'm pretty sure it was B. Now, after this whole little fiasco, things only got worse. It got to the point where we're like, oh, okay, yeah, this place is haunted. We should probably get the hell out of this godforsaken duplex before one of us gets possessed and we end up doing a backwards crab walk down the stairs like The Exorcist. But for the final chapter in this mini saga, you're gonna have to wait till next week. That's right, we're talking Haunted Duplex, Part 3. Now, it's personal. Okay, whatever.
brewstew.com.
All right, since Halloween's in pissing distance right now, I figured I'd tell a spooky story. Spooky brewstew story. Ooh, scary. Ooh. This story's about a haunted duplex that I used to live in. I know what you're saying. A haunted duplex? That sounds like a shitty Goosebumps book, for Christ's sake. Everybody knows that there's no such thing as ghosts or demons or Puerto Rican people, but whatever. This really happened, believe it or don't. It's a true story. So one night, I'm farting around with a Ouija board. Now, if you don't know what a Ouija board is, it's basically a board game that lets children talk to the devil. No big deal, whatever. So that night, it was me, my roommate, his girlfriend, and Cody. Cody was drunk at the time. Not important to the story. Just figured I'd mention he was a little shitty that night. So we're sitting there, and we're asking questions out loud, trying to conjure some spirits that would want to talk to some punk-ass 19-year-olds.
Hey, any dead things out there want to talk to us?
We can make pizza rolls. And after a few questions, this little plastic periscope thingy starts to move around the board. And I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Cody, stop moving the goddamn periscope thing, you drunk idiot.
I'm not moving it.
Kiss my ass. One of you guys are moving the damn thing, okay? You can't trick me. I have a public school education, goddammit. I'm not dumb. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try to trick him here, throw him a curveball. All right there, devil ghost. How about you name a dead relative of mine that nobody here would know about? Well, I'll be damned if this thing didn't spell out the name Laverne. That's my dead great-grandma. My butthole tightens up. None of these dummies know who my great-grandma is. And it's not as if Laverne is a goddamn common name that somebody would just toss out there as a guess. There's like 2 people in the history of the world named Laverne. One of them is Shirley's best friend, and the other one's my dead great-grandma. Okay, guys, now's a good time for you to tell me that you're dicking around with me. I'm starting to freak out. I try to play it off. So, what's your name there, Mr. Ghost? Mrs. Ghost? Gender-neutral ghost? I don't know what you are. The thing spells out S-H-U-T-U-P. Shut up. Rude. This is my house you're in, ghost. Duplex. What, Cody? You live in a duplex. It's half a house that, poor people live in. Okay, thank you, Cody. This is my duplex. Ghost, what's your name? Shut up. Don't tell me to shut up. I'm a grown man, ghost. I'm the king of this castle. Duplex. Shut the fuck up, Cody. At this point, I'm kind of freaking out. Let's play Monopoly or some shit. This is creeping me out. And just then, 3 out of the 4 people there heard a noise come from somewhere in the hallway. And it sounded like a growl. Something like, well, maybe not like that. That sounds like somebody trying to hold back a sneeze. It was a growl of some sort. A little bit more frightening. No, that wasn't that either. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a growl. God, that was bad. We didn't giggle when we heard it. We were scared. Oh, God. Did you hear that? Yeah, I heard that.
I heard it too. You guys want to get Taco Bell?
Shut the hell up, Cody. God damn it. There's a demon gargoyle or some shit in the house, and you're worried about a cheesy gordita crunch. No, dude, a chalupa. Shut the hell up. Do you not understand the situation here? We have opened up a portal to hell. Ghosts, demons, and Puerto Ricans are real, goddammit. So we investigate the hallway like a shitty Scooby-Doo gang. Nothing. There's nothing in there. All right, everybody, I think that's enough of the Ouija board tonight. Y'all are assholes. Thanks for the demon ghosts. few hours later, I'm laying in bed, absolutely terrified. It's like 5 or 6 in the morning. It's just starting to get a little light outside. I'm staring up at the ceiling, and I'm finally about to fall asleep when all of a sudden, goddamn black shadow darts across my ceiling. Oh, I didn't see that. That must have been my imagination. Definitely wasn't a demon shadow prancing around here. And just when I thought that, the light in my bedroom goes on. Oh, piss! I do a goddamn back handspring off my bed like an Olympian, run out of my room, and start pounding on my roommate's door like a huge wuss.
There's a demon in the house! Wake your ass up!
And he wakes up from a dead-ass sleep, totally delirious. And I'll never forget it. He raises his head up and he's like, "Hello? Hello? What are you, answering a goddamn phone call? Get your ass out here!" I sat out on the porch for a good 2 hours that morning, until it was nice and bright outside, because demons can't eat your soul in the daylight, according to me, a sudden expert in demonology. Now, this night was just the tip of the iceberg of all the crazy shit that happened in that duplex. We lived there for another year, and I'm telling you right now, it only got worse. And if you guys like this story, maybe I'll make another one, making a little mini-series. Haunted Duplex, Part 2, back with a vengeance. So, the lesson I want you to take from this video is pretty simple. Don't be screwing around with Ouija boards. I don't care if it's made by Hasbro and you can pick one up at Toys R Us. If you see a Ouija board, you fucking chuck that thing in a river like it's the goddamn Jumanji game.
brewstew.com.
Haunted Duplex, Part 3. Now, it's personal.
I don't know about this one. The first one was good, but the second one was kind of crappy.
All right, so let's recap. 4 dummies in a dining room, bastardizing a Ouija board. We hear a growl come from the hallway. Gesundheit, bless you. Some ghost keeps whispering shit to me like we're in a movie theater. Hey, stop hogging all the juju bees, you dick. And then Brewer tried to fight a ghost for trying to steal all our Christmas presents. Okay, cool, got it.
Incident number 3. Dream ghosts.
Okay, it's nighttime. Me and the rehab version of Lindsay Lohan are sleeping. Now I'm knocked out. I've probably been sleeping for a couple hours at this point. I start having this very peculiar, very realistic dream. Cue the dream sequence. Whoa, look at that animation. Look out, Pixar Studios. I'm coming for you. Now, in this dream, I'm standing in the middle of my room, and I look over, and I can see myself laying there sleeping. Oh my God, I'm dreaming right now. Look at me. God damn it, I'm a handsome man. Then I look over to the corner of my room, and there's goddamn Captain Howdy himself, Mr. Black Shadow. Goddamn thing is practically a roommate at this point. I see it every goddamn week. So there it is, just hanging out, just loitering in the corner of my bedroom. Now, as soon as I see this thing, I start to panic, like hardcore panic, like somebody trying to barge in the bathroom while you're taking a poop type of panic. I've literally never been this scared of anything in my life. It's a goddamn black cloud, for Christ's sake. I could suck that thing up with a vacuum, all Ghostbusters like, no big deal. But staring at this thing, for whatever reason, it's about to give me an anxiety attack. I'm trying to scream, but since I'm so scared, it's coming out like blah, blah. I sound like a befuddled Hank Hill. Blah! God damn it, Bobby. It's not a bad Hank Hill, right? It's passable. And I'm not just screaming in my dream, I'm doing it in real life. My ex-girlfriend wakes up. She's thinking I'm being possessed by the devil. Oh no, wake up, damn it! She's like UFC punching me in the head. And for like 15 seconds, I can't wake up. It's full-on sleep paralysis. And I can't take my eyes off of Pazuzu, the demon over there, making me feel like a little wussy girl in a little wussy pink dress. And then finally, I snap out of it. Oh, piss! What am I, having night terrors now? I'm not a goddamn Vietnam War veteran. I shouldn't be yelling in my sleep like there's Charlie in the trees. I'm trying to explain myself that this damn ghost was inside my head. I need to file a goddamn paranormal restraining order against it. Now, this whole thing would happen a few more times. I'm dreaming that I'm in my house, black shadows in the corner of the room, Hank Hill scream. Whoa! But there's one night in particular that stands out among the rest.
Incident number 4.
Get out of my dreams and into my duplex. Get out of my dreams and into my duplex. Now, this right here, hands down, is the most scared I've ever been in my entire life. All right, it's the middle of the night. Like always, can never happen during the daytime, where it's nice and light out and safe. No, it's dark time. Everybody's sleeping in the house, including myself. All of a sudden, I'm standing in my room again, watching myself sleep. Oh crap, here we go again. But guess what? I look in the corner, no pervert shadow standing there. What a relief. Okay, maybe this is gonna be a good dream. Seems like I don't have any of those anymore. It's either a demon ghost trying to eat my soul, or Harry and Marv are trying to break into my house. So in this dream, I walk out into the dining room, and I can see out into the living room, and the light's on. All right, maybe everything's gonna be all right after all. Nope, I don't think so. The light flickers out in the living room. Oh crap, there's that damn black shadow. It's coming right for me. Time to panic.
Oh God, oh my God.
The only thing I can think to do is try to turn on the dining room light. My actual arm is up in the air. I'm in bed, pantomiming, turning on the dining room light. My dream, this thing's getting bigger and bigger. It's morphing. Where's the goddamn Megazord when you need it? Oh piss, oh piss.
What the hell was that all about?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Holy shit. And right at this point is when things got a little too real. Because it was right at this point we heard footsteps walking in the dining room back out to the living room. Both of us heard it, as clear as day. They were footsteps that sounded like they had claws on them. Or some shit. Like a goddamn giant Doberman walking on 2 feet. That's what it sounded like. Clop, 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 clop. If it was Poop City in my pants before, this must have been Poop Universe. I get my phone out again.
Hello?
Dude, if you want to have a rematch for our Christmas presents, I'm pretty sure that thing is in the living room, and I'm pretty sure it'll beat your ass silly. I couldn't turn enough lights on in my room. I got my head pressed to the door like I'm Anne Frank. Now this was the last paranormal occurrence that's ever happened to me. We moved out of that duplex shortly after that. We took that Ouija board and we sent it with Brewer's girlfriend. Let her deal with all the demons. Now, all that was 7 years ago. And if you don't believe any of this, I really can't blame you. If I was the one watching this crap hole of an animation, I probably wouldn't believe it either. Oh, brewstew, that really didn't happen. You're smoking crack. No, I wasn't smoking crack. I couldn't even afford it back then, all right? I was living on a budget, a very strict budget. Like I said, believe it or don't. Was it a ghost? Was it a demon? Was I smoking crack? I don't know. Sorry that this wasn't like the end of a Scooby-Doo episode.
Oh, it was Mr. Jenkins the whole time.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you and your stupid furry puking dog. But I do want you to take a few things away from this little stupid mini-series. Number one, Ouija boards are bad news. Play Boggle or some other shit, okay? It's far more rewarding. Number two, if you hear a noise in the middle of the night, it's probably the devil. Don't second guess yourself. And finally, number three, the most important, get your drunk-ass friend some Taco Bell if he's hungry. Whole goddamn situation could have been avoided if we would have got Cody his goddamn cheesy gordita crunch. Chalupa.
brewstew.com.
All right, Haunted Duplex, Part 2, back with a vengeance. God, what a shitty movie poster that would be.
I can't wait to see this one. The first one was so good.
All right, let's recap a little bit from where we left off. 4 dummies in a dining room, tempting the devil with a Ouija board. My dead great-grandma makes a cameo and shows up.
I'm dead.
Some shadow demon crawls across my ceiling, makes me piss myself. And Cody didn't get Taco Bell that night.
Ah, damn it.
Okay, cool, we got it. So a few weeks go by, and nothing creepy happens, so the whole Ouija board night starts to become practically a joke to us. If anything goes missing in the house, it's the ghost's fault. The ghost did it.
Where'd the toilet paper go? Goddamn ghost.
But what would happen soon after were a number of things that I like to call the incidents, and they would happen randomly every couple of weeks.
Incident number 1, the hay incident.
So I'm laying in bed one night. My ex-girlfriend's there too. We're talking about something, I don't really remember what. Let's just say it was about her being a selfish asshole. How about that? It's like 3 in the morning. Everything's turned off in the house. Brewer, my roommate, he's down the hall sleeping with his door closed. He's got his dog in there sleeping too. That's really what the dog looks like. It's furry as hell. So we're laying there, and we're about to fall asleep when all of a sudden, right next to my head, I hear something say, "Hey," and it was very distinct. So distinct that we both heard it. Did you just hear somebody say, "Hey"?
Yeah, I sure did.
Now, it's one thing to hear some shit by yourself, because you can always play it off like, oh, it's probably just the house settling. Maybe it's the pipes in the walls making noises. Pipes can make noises that sound like human words, right?
Hey, how's it going? What's up?
But when you're with somebody else that hears it too, what are you supposed to do then? I tell you what you do then. Your mind goes totally blank, and there's a brick of shit in your pants. Okay, I don't know what that was all about, but let's sleep with the lights on, huh? How about that?
Incident number 2.
Christmas time shenanigans. That's what we're calling it. Okay, whatever. So there I am, a few weeks later, and I'm laying in my bed. I'm trying to go to sleep. Brewer's in his room, door closed. He's been sleeping for probably a couple hours. So I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, I can hear a noise coming from the bathroom. Someone, or something, is screwing around with something in there. It's making a noise that sounds like this. So naturally, I try to be logical about the situation. Oh my god, there's probably a demon in there rummaging through all our shit, probably eating all our Tylenol and squeezing out all the toothpaste. Now I'm pretty scared at this point because I'm a big wuss, you know? Instead of going in there to figure things out, I just lay there and listen to this damn noise, and it just keeps going on and on. Finally, I figure it out. It's that goddamn flippy thingy that you pull up on bathtubs to make the shower head come on. Something's in there fornicating with that thing in my bathroom, and I really don't appreciate it at this hour in the night. And then, all of a sudden, it stops. All right, cool, perfect. Now I can pretend this never happened and go back to sleep. And that's when something slams up against my door. Talk about being scared. It was poop city in my pants. I couldn't even form words with my mouth. Hubba, 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 hubba. Somehow, in my panic, I grab my phone and I call my roommate. You know, he's 12 feet down the hallway, but I'm gonna call him on my phone. Hello? Oh yeah, you get it right this time, asshole. Good job. Hello indeed. Something just slammed up against my door. I'm freaking out. Did you hear something messing around with the thingy that turns the shower on? Thingy that turns the shower on? The faucet? No, the other thing. The handles? No, the damn thing that makes the shower go. Water pressure? Jesus Christ, forget it. Yeah, Brewer, water pressure. That makes a noise, right? Guess what time it is? Sleeping with the lights on time, my favorite. I eventually go back to sleep, somehow, and a few hours later, my roommate wakes up to his dog throwing up. You know that unmistakable, shitty sound dogs make when they're about to barf all over the place? You hear that shit from the other room and you're like, oh no, barfarama time. And the countdown's on, you gotta shuffle your dog outside before he pukes all over your PlayStation 2. So his dog throws up all over and he has to clean it up at ass o'clock in the morning. He's in the kitchen and he's washing his hands. Now, according to his testimony, he says he heard someone say, what are you doing? From somewhere towards the living room. He looks over and he sees this goddamn black shadow peeking around the Christmas tree. Now his first thought is, holy piss, there's somebody in the house. Get out of here, you little pervert! He goes running into the living room, and this is where I wake up. I have no idea what's going on. I'm thinking we're getting raided. Ah, what's going on? Is it the Russians? He gets out there. There's nothing there. I walk out there to see what all the hubbub is about. Dude, I just seen a black shadow from behind the Christmas tree. Well, well, well. Look who's seeing shadow people now. It's behind the Christmas tree, huh? You sure it wasn't the Grinch? Huh? He's stealing all our presents? I don't know, Brewer. Sounds a lot like the Grinch. Yeah, it's not funny when it happens to your ass now, is it? We're sitting on the couch like, okay, well, what do we do now? We either A, have a severe gas leak in the house and we're hallucinating, or B, we did bring a ghost in the house thanks to that goddamn Ouija board. I'm pretty sure it was B. Now, after this whole little fiasco, things only got worse. It got to the point where we're like, oh, okay, yeah, this place is haunted. We should probably get the hell out of this godforsaken duplex before one of us gets possessed and we end up doing a backwards crab walk down the stairs like The Exorcist. But for the final chapter in this mini saga, you're gonna have to wait till next week. That's right, we're talking Haunted Duplex, Part 3. Now, it's personal. Okay, whatever.
brewstew.com.
All right, since Halloween's in pissing distance right now, I figured I'd tell a spooky story. Spooky brew stew story. Ooh, scary. Ooh. This story's about a haunted duplex that I used to live in. I know what you're saying. A haunted duplex? That sounds like a shitty Goosebumps book, for Christ's sake. Everybody knows that there's no such thing as ghosts or demons or Puerto Rican people, but whatever. This really happened, believe it or don't. It's a true story. So one night, I'm farting around with a Ouija board. Now, if you don't know what a Ouija board is, it's basically a board game that lets children talk to the devil. No big deal, whatever. So that night, it was me, my roommate, his girlfriend, and Cody. Cody was drunk at the time. Not important to the story. Just figured I'd mention he was a little shitty that night. So we're sitting there, and we're asking questions out loud, trying to conjure some spirits that would want to talk to some punk-ass 19-year-olds. Hey, any dead things out there want to talk to us? We can make pizza rolls And after a few questions, this little plastic periscope thingy starts to move around the board. And I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Cody, stop moving the goddamn periscope thing, you drunk idiot.
I'm not moving it.
Kiss my ass. One of you guys are moving the damn thing, okay? You can't trick me. I have a public school education, goddammit. I'm not dumb. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try to trick him here, throw him a curveball. All right there, devil ghost. How about you name a dead relative of mine that nobody here would know about? Well, I'll be damned if this thing didn't spell out the name Laverne. That's my dead great-grandma. My butthole tightens up. None of these dummies know who my great-grandma is. And it's not as if Laverne is a goddamn common name that somebody would just toss out there as a guess. There's like 2 people in the history of the world named Laverne. One of them is Shirley's best friend, and the other one's my dead great-grandma. Okay, guys, now's a good time for you to tell me that you're dicking around with me. I'm starting to freak out. I try to play it off. So, what's your name there, Mr. Ghost? Mrs. Ghost? Gender-neutral ghost? I don't know what you are. The thing spells out S-H-U-T-U-P. Shut up. Rude. This is my house you're in, ghost. Duplex. What, Cody? You live in a duplex. It's half a house that, poor people live in. Okay, thank you, Cody. This is my duplex. Ghost, what's your name? Shut up. Don't tell me to shut up. I'm a grown man, ghost. I'm the king of this castle. Duplex. Shut the fuck up, Cody. At this point, I'm kind of freaking out. Let's play Monopoly or some shit. This is creeping me out. And just then, 3 out of the 4 people there heard a noise come from somewhere in the hallway. And it sounded like a growl. Something like, well, maybe not like that. That sounds like somebody trying to hold back a sneeze. It was a growl of some sort. A little bit more frightening. No, and that wasn't that either. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a growl. God, that was bad. We didn't giggle when we heard it. We were scared. Oh, God. Did you hear that? Yeah, I heard that.
I heard it too. You guys want to get Taco Bell?
Shut the hell up, Cody. God damn it. There's a demon gargoyle or some shit in the house, and you're worried about a cheesy gordita crunch. No, dude, a chalupa. Shut the hell up. Do you not understand the situation here? We have opened up a portal to hell. Ghosts, demons, and Puerto Ricans are real, goddammit. So we investigate the hallway like a shitty Scooby-Doo gang. Nothing. There's nothing in there. All right, everybody, I think that's enough of the Ouija board tonight. Y'all are assholes. Thanks for the demon ghosts. A few hours later, I'm laying in bed, absolutely terrified. It's like 5 or 6 in the morning, just starting to get a little light outside. I'm staring up at the ceiling, and I'm finally about to fall asleep when all of a sudden, goddamn black shadow darts across my ceiling. Oh, I didn't see that. That must have been my imagination. Definitely wasn't a demon shadow prancing around here. And just when I thought that, the light in my bedroom goes on. Oh, piss! I do a goddamn back handspring off my bed like an Olympian, run out of my room, and start pounding on my roommate's door like a huge wuss. There's a demon in the house! Wake your ass up! And he wakes up from a dead-ass sleep, totally delirious. And I'll never forget it. He raises his head up and he's like, hello? Hello? What are you, answering a goddamn phone call? Get your ass out here! I sat out on the porch for a good 2 hours that morning, until it was nice and bright outside, because demons can't eat your soul in the daylight, according to me, a sudden expert in demonology. Now, this night was just the tip of the iceberg of all the crazy shit that happened in that duplex. We lived there for another year, and I'm telling you right now, it only got worse. And if you guys like this story, maybe I'll make another one, making a little mini-series. Haunted Duplex, Part 2, back with a vengeance. So, the lesson I want you to take from this video is pretty simple. Don't be screwing around with Ouija boards. I don't care if it's made by Hasbro and you can pick one up at Toys R Us. If you see a Ouija board, you fucking chuck that thing in a river like it's the goddamn Jumanji game.
brewstew.com.
All right, Haunted Duplex, Part 3. Now, it's personal.
I don't know about this one. The first one was good, but the second one was kind of crappy.
All right, so let's recap. 4 dummies in a dining room, bastardizing a Ouija board. We hear a growl come from the hallway. Gesundheit, bless you. Some ghost keeps whispering shit to me like we're in a movie theater. Hey, stop hogging all the juju bees, you dick. And then Brewer tried to fight a ghost for trying to steal all our Christmas presents. Okay, cool, got it.
Incident number 3, Dream Ghosts.
Okay, it's nighttime. Me and the rehab version of Lindsay Lohan are sleeping. Now I'm knocked out. I've probably been sleeping for a couple hours at this point. I start having this very peculiar, very realistic dream. Cue the dream sequence. Whoa, look at that animation. Look out, Pixar Studios. I'm coming for you. Now, in this dream, I'm standing in the middle of my room, and I look over, and I can see myself laying there sleeping. Oh my God, I'm dreaming right now. Look at me. God damn it, I'm a handsome man. Then I look over to the corner of my room, and there's goddamn Captain Howdy himself, Mr. Black Shadow. Goddamn thing is practically a roommate at this point. I see it every goddamn week. So there it is, just hanging out, just loitering in the corner of my bedroom. Now, as soon as I see this thing, I start to panic. Like hardcore panic. Like somebody trying to barge in the bathroom while you're taking a poop type of panic. I've literally never been this scared of anything in my life. It's a goddamn black cloud, for Christ's sake. I could suck that thing up with a vacuum, all Ghostbusters-like. No big deal. But staring at this thing, for whatever reason, it's about to give me an anxiety attack. I'm trying to scream, but since I'm so scared, it's coming out like, "Buh, buh." I sound like a befuddled Hank Hill. Buh!
God damn it, Bobby.
It's not a bad Hank Hill, right? It's passable. And I'm not just screaming in my dream, I'm doing it in real life. My ex-girlfriend wakes up. She's thinking I'm being possessed by the devil.
Oh no, wake up, damn it!
She's like UFC punching me in the head. And for like 15 seconds, I can't wake up. It's full-on sleep paralysis. And I can't take my eyes off of Pazuzu, the demon over there, making me feel like a little wussy girl in a little wussy pink dress. And then finally, I snap out of it. Oh, piss! What am I, having night terrors now? I'm not a goddamn Vietnam War veteran. I shouldn't be yelling in my sleep like there's Charlie in the trees. I'm trying to explain myself that this damn ghost was inside my head. I need to file a goddamn paranormal restraining order against it. Now, this whole thing would happen a few more times. I'm dreaming that I'm in my house, black shadows in the corner of the room, Hank Hill scream. Whoa! But there's one night in particular that stands out among the rest.
Incident number 4.
Get out of my dreams and into my duplex. Get out of my dreams and into my duplex. Now, this right here, hands down, is the most scared I've ever been in my entire life. All right, it's the middle of the night. Like always, can never happen during the daytime, where it's nice and light out and safe. No, it's dark time. Everybody's sleeping in the house, including myself. All of a sudden, I'm standing in my room again, watching myself sleep. Oh crap, here we go again. But guess what? I look in the corner, no pervert shadow standing there. What a relief. Okay, maybe this is gonna be a good dream. Seems like I don't have any of those anymore. It's either a demon ghost trying to eat my soul, or Harry and Marv are trying to break into my house. So in this dream, I walk out into the dining room, and I can see out into the living room, and the light's on. All right, maybe everything's gonna be all right after all. Nope, I don't think so. The light flickers out in the living room. Oh crap, there's that damn black shadow. It's coming right for me. Time to panic.
Oh God, oh my God!
The only thing I can think to do is try to turn on the dining room light. My actual arm is up in the air. I'm in bed, pantomiming, turning on the dining room light. In my dream, this thing's getting bigger and bigger. It's morphing. Where's the goddamn Megazord when you need it? Oh piss, oh piss! Ah! Ah! What the hell was that all about?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Holy shit. And right at this point is when things got a little too real. Because it was right at this point we heard footsteps walking in the dining room back out to the living room. Both of us heard it, as clear as day. They were footsteps that sounded like they had claws on them. Or some shit. Like a goddamn giant Doberman walking on 2 feet. That's what it sounded like. Clop, 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 clop. If it was Poop City in my pants before, this must have been Poop Universe. I get my phone out again.
Hello?
Dude, if you want to have a rematch for our Christmas presents, I'm pretty sure that thing is in the living room, and I'm pretty sure it'll beat your ass silly. I couldn't turn enough lights on in my room. I got my head pressed to the door like a man Frank. Now this was the last paranormal occurrence that's ever happened to me. We moved out of that duplex shortly after that. We took that Ouija board and we sent it with Brewer's girlfriend. Let her deal with all the demons. Now, all that was 7 years ago. And if you don't believe any of this, I really can't blame you. If I was the one watching this crap hole of an animation, I probably wouldn't believe it either. Oh, brewstew, that really didn't happen. You're smoking crack. No, I wasn't smoking crack. I couldn't even afford it back then, all right? I was living on a budget, a very strict budget. Like I said, believe it or don't. Was it a ghost? Was it a demon? Was I smoking crack? I don't know. Sorry that this wasn't like the end of a Scooby-Doo episode.
Oh, it was Mr. Jenkins the whole time.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you and your stupid furry puking dog. But I do want you to take a few things away from this little stupid mini-series. Number one, Ouija boards are bad news. Play Boggle or some other shit, okay? It's far more rewarding. Number two, if you hear a noise in the middle of the night, it's probably the devil. Don't second guess yourself. And finally, number three, the most important, get your drunk ass friend some Taco Bell if he's hungry. Whole goddamn situation could have been avoided if we would have got Cody his goddamn cheesy gordita crunch. Chalupa.
brewstew.com
All right, Haunted Duplex, Part 2, back with a vengeance. God, what a shitty movie poster that would be.
I can't wait to see this one. The first one was so good.
All right, let's recap a little bit from where we left off. 4 dummies in a dining room, tempting the devil with a Ouija board. My dead great-grandma makes a cameo and shows up.
I'm dead.
Some shadow demon crawls across my ceiling, makes me piss myself. And Cody didn't get Taco Bell that night.
Ah, damn it.
Okay, cool, we got it. So a few weeks go by, and nothing creepy happens, so the whole Ouija board night starts to become practically a joke to us. If anything goes missing in the house, it's the ghost's fault. The ghost did it.
Where'd the toilet paper go? Goddamn ghost.
But what would happen soon after were a number of things that I like to call the incidents, and they would happen randomly every couple of weeks.
Incident number 1, the hay incident.
So I'm laying in bed one night. My ex-girlfriend's there too. We're talking about something, I don't really remember what. Let's just say it was about her being a selfish asshole. How about that? It's like 3 in the morning. Everything's turned off in the house. Brewer, my roommate, he's down the hall sleeping with his door closed. He's got his dog in there sleeping too. That's really what the dog looks like. It's furry as hell. So we're laying there, and we're about to fall asleep when all of a sudden, right next to my head, I hear something say, "Hey," and it was very distinct. So distinct that we both heard it. Did you just hear somebody say, "Hey"?
Yeah, I sure did.
Now, it's one thing to hear some shit by yourself, because you can always play it off like, oh, it's probably just the house settling. Maybe it's the pipes in the walls making noises. Pipes can make noises that sound like human words, right?
Hey, how's it going? What's up?
But when you're with somebody else that hears it too, what are you supposed to do then? I tell you what you do then. Your mind goes totally blank, and there's a brick of shit in your pants. Okay, I don't know what that was all about, but let's sleep with the lights on, huh? How about that?
Incident number 2.
Christmas time shenanigans. That's what we're calling it. Okay, whatever. So there I am, a few weeks later, and I'm laying in my bed. I'm trying to go to sleep. Brewer's in his room, door closed. He's been sleeping for probably a couple hours. So I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, I can hear a noise coming from the bathroom. Someone, or something, is screwing around with something in there. It's making a noise that sounds like this. So naturally, I try to be logical about the situation. Oh my god, there's probably a demon in there rummaging through all our shit, probably eating all our Tylenol and squeezing out all the toothpaste. Now I'm pretty scared at this point because I'm a big wuss, you know? Instead of going in there to figure things out, I just lay there and listen to this damn noise, and it just keeps going on and on. Finally, I figure it out. It's that goddamn flippy thingy that you pull up on bathtubs to make the shower head come on. Something's in there fornicating with that thing in my bathroom, and I really don't appreciate it at this hour in the night. And then, all of a sudden, it stops. All right, cool, perfect. Now I can pretend this never happened and go back to sleep. And that's when something slams up against my door. Talk about being scared. It was poop city in my pants. I couldn't even form words with my mouth. Hubba, 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 hubba. Somehow, in my panic, I grab my phone and I call my roommate. You know, he's 12 feet down the hallway, but I'm gonna call him on my phone.
Hello?
Oh yeah, you get it right this time, asshole. Good job. Hello indeed. Something just slammed up against my door. I'm freaking out. Did you hear something messing around with the thingy that turns the shower on? Thingy that turns the shower on? The faucet? No, the other thing.
The handles?
No, the damn thing that makes the shower go.
Water pressure?
Jesus Christ, forget it. Yeah, Brewer, water pressure. That makes a noise, right? Guess what time it is? Sleeping with the lights on time, my favorite. I eventually go back to sleep, somehow, and a few hours later, my roommate wakes up to his dog throwing up. You know that unmistakable, shitty sound dogs make when they're about to barf all over the place? You hear that shit from the other room, and you're like, oh no, barfarama time! And the countdown's on, you gotta shuffle your dog outside before he pukes all over your PlayStation 2. So his dog throws up all over, and he has to clean it up at ass o'clock in the morning. He's in the kitchen, and he's washing his hands. Now, according to his testimony, he says he heard someone say, "What are you doing?" from somewhere towards the living room. He looks over, and he sees this goddamn black shadow peeking around the Christmas tree. Now, his first thought is, holy piss, there's somebody in the house.
Get out of here, you little pervert!
He goes running into the living room, and this is where I wake up. I have no idea what's going on. I'm thinking we're getting raided.
Ah, what's going on? Is it the Russians?
He gets out there. There's nothing there. I walk out there to see what all the hubbub is about.
Dude, I just seen a black shadow from behind the Christmas tree.
Well, well, well. Look who's seeing shadow people now. It's behind the Christmas tree, huh? You sure it wasn't the Grinch? Huh? He's stealing all our presents? I don't know, Brewer. Sounds a lot like the Grinch. Yeah, it's not funny when it happens to your ass now, is it? We're sitting on the couch like, okay, well, what do we do now? We either A, have a severe gas leak in the house and we're hallucinating, or B, we did bring a ghost in the house thanks to that goddamn Ouija board. I'm pretty sure it was B. Now, after this whole little fiasco, things only got worse. It got to the point where we're like, oh, okay, yeah, this place is haunted. We should probably get the hell out of this godforsaken duplex before one of us gets possessed and we end up doing a backwards crab walk down the stairs like The Exorcist. But for the final chapter in this mini saga, you're gonna have to wait till next week. That's right, we're talking Haunted Duplex, Part 3. Now, it's personal. Okay, whatever.
brewstew.com.
Alright, since Halloween's in pissing distance right now, I figured I'd tell a spooky story. Spooky brew stew story. Ooh, scary. Ooh. This story's about a haunted duplex that I used to live in. I know what you're saying. A haunted duplex? That sounds like a shitty Goosebumps book, for Christ's sake. Everybody knows that there's no such thing as ghosts or demons or Puerto Rican people, but whatever. This really happened, believe it or don't. It's a true story. So one night, I'm farting around with a Ouija board. Now, if you don't know what a Ouija board is, it's basically a board game that lets children talk to the devil. No big deal, whatever. So that night, it was me, my roommate, his girlfriend, and Cody. Cody was drunk at the time. Not important to the story. Just figured I'd mention he was a little shitty that night. So we're sitting there, and we're asking questions out loud, trying to conjure some spirits that would want to talk to some punk-ass 19-year-olds.
Hey, any dead things out there want to talk to us?
We can make pizza rolls. And after a few questions, this little plastic periscope thingy starts to move around the board. And I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Cody, stop moving the goddamn periscope thing, you drunk idiot.
I'm not moving it.
Kiss my ass. One of you guys are moving the damn thing, okay? You can't trick me. I have a public school education, goddammit. I'm not dumb. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try to trick him here, throw him a curveball. All right there, devil ghost. How about you name a dead relative of mine that nobody here would know about? Well, I'll be damned if this thing didn't spell out the name Laverne. That's my dead great-grandma. My butthole tightens up. None of these dummies know who my great-grandma is. And it's not as if Laverne is a goddamn common name that somebody would just toss out there as a guess. There's like 2 people in the history of the world named Laverne. One of them is Shirley's best friend, and the other one's my dead great-grandma. Okay, guys, now's a good time for you to tell me that you're dicking around with me. I'm starting to freak out. I try to play it off. So, what's your name there, Mr. Ghost? Mrs. Ghost? Gender-neutral ghost? I don't know what you are. The thing spells out S-H-U-T-U-P. Shut up. Rude. This is my house you're in, ghost. Duplex. What, Cody? You live in a duplex. It's half a house that, poor people live in. Okay, thank you, Cody. This is my duplex. Ghost, what's your name? Shut up. Don't tell me to shut up. I'm a grown man, ghost. I'm the king of this castle. Duplex. Shut the fuck up, Cody. At this point, I'm kind of freaking out. Let's play Monopoly or some shit. This is creeping me out. And just then, 3 out of the 4 people there heard a noise come from somewhere in the hallway. And it sounded like a growl. Something like, well, maybe not like that. That sounds like somebody trying to hold back a sneeze. It was a growl of some sort. A little bit more frightening. No, and that wasn't that either. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a growl. God, that was bad. We didn't giggle when we heard it. We were scared. Oh, God. Did you hear that? Yeah, I heard that.
I heard it too. You guys want to get Taco Bell?
Shut the hell up, Cody. God damn it. There's a demon gargoyle or some shit in the house, and you're worried about a cheesy gordita crunch. No, dude, a chalupa. Shut the hell up. Do you not understand the situation here? We have opened up a portal to hell. Ghosts, demons, and Puerto Ricans are real, goddammit. So we investigate the hallway like a shitty Scooby-Doo gang. Nothing. There's nothing in there. All right, everybody, I think that's enough of the Ouija board tonight. Y'all are assholes. Thanks for the demon ghosts. A few hours later, I'm laying in bed, absolutely terrified. It's like 5 or 6 in the morning, just starting to get a little light outside. I'm staring up at the ceiling, and I'm finally about to fall asleep when all of a sudden, goddamn black shadow darts across my ceiling. Oh, I didn't see that. That must have been my imagination. Definitely wasn't a demon shadow prancing around here. And just when I thought that, the light in my bedroom goes on. Oh, piss! I do a goddamn back handspring off my bed like an Olympian, run out of my room, and start pounding on my roommate's door like a huge wuss.
There's a demon in the house! Wake your ass up!
And he wakes up from a dead-ass sleep, totally delirious. And I'll never forget it. He raises his head up and he's like, "Hello? Hello? What are you, answering a goddamn phone call? Get your ass out here!" I sat out on the porch for a good 2 hours that morning, until it was nice and bright outside, because demons can't eat your soul in the daylight, according to me, a sudden expert in demonology. Now, this night was just the tip of the iceberg of all the crazy shit that happened in that duplex. We lived there for another year, and I'm telling you right now, it only got worse. And if you guys like this story, maybe I'll make another one, make it a little mini-series. Haunted Duplex, Part 2, back with a vengeance. So, the lesson I want you to take from this video is pretty simple. Don't be screwing around with Ouija boards. I don't care if it's made by Hasbro and you can pick one up at Toys R Us. If you see a Ouija board, you fucking chuck that thing in a river like it's the goddamn Jumanji game.
brewstew.com.
Alright, now I don't know about you, but when I was in 3rd grade, yo-yos were a big deal. I remember being out in recess one day, and I see these 2 kids showing off their yo-yos.
Hey everybody, check out our sweet yo-yos. Aren't they sweet?
And at first, I really didn't understand this new trend.
What the heck? We're playing with yo-yos now? What is it, the 1930s?
It was just so old-fashioned to me. It didn't make any sense. Those 2 kids might as well have been out there like,
Hey everybody, check out our sweet hoop on a stick. Isn't it sweet?
but it didn't matter what I thought, because like a week later, everybody on the playground has a yo-yo. And everybody's out there at recess, having little battles against each other. Not like gladiator style, swinging them around like a fucking mace. No, I mean like stomp the yard style, or you got served, if you will. Except not as shitty, and with yo-yos. They'd be little face-offs on who could do the coolest tricks. The only problem was we were all like 8 years old and we couldn't do shit.
Oh yeah, you think you're sweet, huh? Well, check this crazy move out. Bloop, bloop. Boom, you just got served. You look foolish. Holy hell, he made it go up and then down. What the fuck?
Our teachers are watching us from afar, totally baffled. The hell are those kids screaming about? I don't know, are they having a dog fight? Hey, stop fucking fighting dogs over there. So I'm watching this whole thing go down, and I think to myself, wow, I better get a goddamn yo-yo so I can defend myself. I don't want to go and get served like Kyle over there and look like a fucking idiot, now do I? Now back then, there were basically 2 different brands of yo-yos. You had the Duncan yo-yos, which I always thought was for the more sophisticated yo-yoer. You know, the kids that actually knew what the fuck they were doing. And then you had the Yo Mega Yo-Yos, the badass ones for the cool kids. They were colorful and in your face, and they had sweet names like the Fireball and the fucking the Turbo Blast. I don't know what their names were. I'm pretty sure they just took the names from the American Gladiators, to be honest. Hi, I'm Turbo from American Gladiators. And when I'm not blasting people with the tennis ball cannon, I'm fucking yo-yoing my ass off with the Turbo Blast Yo Mega Yo-Yo. Now, since my ass was broke as hell, I couldn't afford one of those sweet yo-yos. All I could get was this cheap $5 knockoff yo-yo that I bought at a 7-Eleven. And let me tell you, this thing was a turd. It sure as hell wasn't a Yo Mega Yo-Yo, that's for sure. It was like a yo, might as well fucking throw this thing in the garbage can. Yo-yo. So now I'm at my friend David's house trying to learn how to yo-yo, and David was like the Mr. Miyagi of yo-yos. I mean, his ass could do Rock the Baby, for Christ's sake. No other kid on the playground could pull that thing off. You see, he was so good at yo-yoing because his mom would take him to get yo-yo lessons at the mall. Yeah, that's right, they had yo-yo lessons at the mall back then. I'm not sure what it was like, but I imagine it was just some nerdy guy up there like,
All right, class, first I'm gonna show you these cool yo-yo tricks, and then we're gonna get our ass beat by these teenagers. Any questions?
so he's trying to show me how to rock the baby, but I can't get it down because my cheap-ass yo-yo will only sleep for like 2 seconds before it violently shoots right back up. But whatever, it's not a big deal. We all can't be champions. At the very least, I can still walk the dog, and that'll probably be good enough. So I show up to recess for the first time with my off-brand yo-yo, ready to stomp the yard and serve some people. And my first little match is against this kid named Jacob. And Jacob, of course, was notorious for being the kid that threw up in class the year prior. So you know his ass was practicing yo-yos day and night, trying to shed that reputation.
I'm so good at yo-yos, I'm the yo-yo kid.
No, Jacob, you're actually the kid that threw up in class. That's who the fuck you are.
No, I'm not, goddammit, I'm the yo-yo kid.
kid. So this bastard decides to do the around the world trick, and that's where you whip your yo-yo around like a fucking pair of nunchucks. And I'm standing there like, God damn, that was impressive. What the hell am I gonna do? I can't just walk the dog now. I gotta go for it. I'm gonna have to fucking rock the goddamn baby. So I whip my yo-yo down there as hard as I can, and I'm starting to panic because I know I only have like a 2-second window to nail this trick. I make the first move, and this fucking yo-yo flies up, hits me in the teeth, and explodes on impact. Everybody starts laughing at me like I'm a goddamn cartoon character. Even the teachers are standing there disappointed. Good lord, that is not how you rock a baby. Yeah, that baby's fucked up. Somebody needs to call social services on his ass. So needless to say, I got served that day by Jacob. But the joke's on him because to this day, his ass is still known as the kid that threw up in class.
Oh, god damn it!
And that was pretty much the end of my illustrious yo-yoing career. That is until 20 years later, when I was drunk on Amazon one night, and I decided to order a sweet Yo-Mega Fireball yo-yo. So here I am, 30 years old, trying to avenge my 8-year-old self, trying to rock the fucking baby. Boom! Got it. Take that, Jacob, you bastard. You're still the kid that threw up in class, goddammit.
brewstew.com.
Alright, now when I was a kid, I played a lot of baseball. And for the most part, every team that I've been a part of has been terrible. But all that changed when I played for a team called the Trojans in middle school. You see, in middle school, it's a big difference playing baseball. You're older now, and your coaches don't have to be nice to you all the time. This wasn't T-ball where your coach gives you praise no matter what you do.
Oh, you did so great, little Billy! Even though you were digging in your ass crack half the time in the outfield, you get a juice box. Way to go, champ!
No, it's not like that. All of a sudden, I'm 12 years old, and my coach is some 44-year-old man who smokes cigarettes and calls me an asshole when I get thrown out stealing second. Now, this guy was just an angry man in general. I'm not sure what his home life was like, but it probably consisted of a lot of divorce and a lot of lonely nights eating Hungry Man TV dinners. But he taught us baseball in a very simple but effective way. If you missed a grounder, you had to run a lap. If you struck out, you had to run a lap. If you forgot to wear your jockstrap, well, guess what? Your ass is running a lap. And you don't want to forget your jockstrap, let me tell you. You guys need to protect your nuts, you hear me? You guys field more ground balls with your crotch than you do with your goddamn glove. Sometimes he'd even have a kid go around with a baseball bat, tap everybody in the crotch just to make sure you were wearing a cup. Now, we had some classy individuals on our team, let me tell you. There was our catcher, Adam, who had a big-ass retainer in his mouth. Nobody could understand what the hell he was saying.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? What did he say? I don't know, I think he's speaking fucking Portuguese or something.
You had our first baseman, Mark, who our coach hated because he could never remember any of the signals when he was at bat. Our coach would be at third base giving him signs. Mark would be standing there all perplexed.
What the hell's he doing, the Macarena? What do you want me to do, coach?
God damn it, Mark, bunt! I want you to bunt, you dense bastard!
And then you had Dennis. And Dennis had it the worst because Dennis was the coach's kid. No matter what Dennis did, it was never good enough. Jesus Christ, Dennis, you're swinging the bat like a goddamn golden girl. It's no wonder why your mother left us. Holy hell. But even if we were incompetent, our psychopath coach would always find us a way to win our games. He'd pull us aside in the dugout. All right, we're down 3 runs. You guys are forgetting that baseball is a mental game. Here, watch this. Hey, pitcher, the hospital just called. Your grandma just broke her hip trying to wipe her ass. She's in critical condition.
Oh, no, not me, Ma.
See, now his head's all screwed up. He can't even focus on pitching now.
Oh, my God, my Meemaw's in trouble.
He'd have Adam talk to the batters while they're trying to hit.
Say batter, batter. Say batter, batter. Swing, batter.
Why the fuck's this guy keep speaking Portuguese? Strike 3! But of course, the other teams we play against would talk some shit too. I mean, our team name was the Trojans, for Christ's sake. We pretty much asked for it.
Hey, Trojans! I didn't know condoms knew how to play baseball.
Yeah, well, at least we won't have to worry about STDs when we're fucking you in the playoffs. Strike 3! Oh, god damn it. Now, thanks to our verbally abusive coach and all of our shit talking, we were actually a pretty good team. Hell, we even made it to the city championship in our division. And the city championship's a pretty big deal. Everybody's family comes out to watch the game.
Is that my Uncle Bob? I thought he was still in prison.
Hey, Billy, why don't you keep your fucking mouth shut out there and mind your own business? All right, play ball. Now, we were pretty confident we were gonna win this game. That is, we were confident until we seen the team that we had to play against. Because every kid on this goddamn team looked like the fucking Russian from Rocky IV, for Christ's sake. They were huge. They're using our own players as bats and shit. The pitcher's throwing arm is twice the size of his other arm. Everybody on our team's too petrified to swing the bat. God damn it, Mark, lean into it or something. Take one for the team.
Holy smokes, did that kid just get murdered by a baseball?
Nah, I know a dead kid when I see one. He's all right. All right, Mark, that's what I'm talking about. That's as good as a hit. As good as a hit, Mark.
If he dies, he dies.
By the third inning, we're getting completely destroyed. People are leaving the bleachers and shit. Hey, Billy, if I wanted to see a bunch of guys get their asses pounded in, I would have just stayed in prison. Thanks for nothing. Our coach is in total denial. He just starts swearing at the umpire. God damn it, Blue. Why don't you just give him the trophy, you crooked asshole? Hey, buddy, that's not a nice thing to say. I'm gonna throw you out of the game. And just like that, our coach got thrown out of the game. So now we're just standing there with no coach.
Well, what do we gotta do now? Coach ourselves? Hey, Dennis, I've seen crippled kids swing a bat better. It's no wonder why your mom has a new boyfriend every other week.
By the fifth inning, we're down by like 15 runs. The umpire's looking at us like, look, we all got shit to do today, right? I'm just gonna call the game. They won. We have won. Victory, comrades. Glory to the USSR. So we got mercied in our championship game, which is quite an embarrassing way to lose. Our coach is in the parking lot like, what happened? Did you guys rally together and win the game? No. We lost so bad that we weren't even allowed to finish the game. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. Just remember, I'm proud of you guys and that you guys played your best, all right? Except for you, Dennis. You played like shit. It's no wonder why your mom's out there selling her body on the streets.
brewstew.com.
All right, now everybody knows that, well, working for a living blows. And it especially blows when you have a bad day at work. Now, what do I know about bad days at work? After all, I'm a full-time YouTuber, for Christ's sake. A bad day of work for me consists of, like, me not being able to say the word all right with the correct inflection. All right. No, that's not right. All right? No, that's not it either. All right. I've worked real jobs before. Hell, my first job was being a cook at a pizza place. You really think that was a rootin' tootin' time? Sweating your ass off, making stuffed crust pizzas for drunk people all night long? Yeah, I think I had my fair share of bad days at work, to say the least. But the absolute worst work day that I had was ironically on my day off. And it wasn't just any day off, it was a Friday of all days. And Fridays are the busiest days of the week for pizza places because Fridays produce the most drunk people out of any day of the week. So I was pretty happy to have that day off. But there was a slight catch. The day before, my boss was like, hey, I know it's your day off tomorrow and it's Friday, but we're running a new promotion, and if we get too busy, I'm gonna have to call you and you're gonna have to come in. Well, look at me. The person to call if there's a pizza emergency. That's right, I'm gonna be on call, like I'm a fucking emergency room doctor. What's that? Somebody needs an emergency baboon heart transplant? I'm on my way. What's that? Somebody ordered a fuck ton of pepperoni pizzones? I'm on my way. So I'm out enjoying my Friday night at a, well, it's a fucking Wendy's because I'm broke as hell. And of course it doesn't take long before I get that phone call. Yeah, hey, it's me, your pizza boss. Everybody and their dad decided to call off today, and I'm gonna need you to come in because it's the goddamn pizza apocalypse. Now this Wendy's that I was at just so happened to be across the street from the pizza place. So like the world's shittiest superhero, I run out of the Wendy's like the fucking building's on fire. I don't even bother to grab my bike that's chained up. I just run across the street like a psychopath. I burst onto the scene like Darkwing Duck. My boss is like, oh, thank God you're here. This new promo is really slamming our dicks in a car door. So I get in the kitchen, and the only cook that's there besides me is this kid named Debbie. That's not his real name, of course. I just call him Debbie because he makes pizzas like a slut, and Debbie is the sluttiest name I could think of. So there we are, me and Debbie, the Laverne and Shirley of pizza making. I don't even put on an apron. I'm in street clothes and shit. People that register are looking in the back like, what the hell? Did they just pull a crackhead off the street to start making pizzas? But it doesn't matter because it's absolute pandemonium at this pizza place. I don't know what the hell kind of deal we were running back then, but it was like, buy a medium one topping and get a fucking bag of methamphetamine for free. Something like that, I don't know. We got the phones ringing off the hook, the ticket machine spewing out orders like it's possessed by the devil, and it's so damn hot in this kitchen that it feels like you're fucking working next to the mean-ass son from Mario 3 and shit. Meanwhile, our boss is nowhere to be found because he's too busy fucking texting people in the bathroom. You got Debbie's ass freaking out trying to man the ovens. He's got a look of sheer panic on his face, not to mention dumbass orders are coming in left and right from the counter.
Do you guys think you could stuff the crust with a hot dog instead of cheese?
Yeah, I need a pizza that's topped with, you guys got pickles? I'll take pickles and, I don't know, how about a bag of Monopoly tokens?
Yeah, can you guys spell out sorry I beat up your mom's new boyfriend with the pepperonis?
Well, with all these orders coming in, it doesn't take Debbie very long to start to screw up. All of a sudden, pizza starts falling off the oven all willy-nilly.
I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh God, there's so much pizza.
So now I start doing the job of 3 people, while Debbie sits on a fucking stool because he's more harm than good at this point. I'm making all the pizzas. I'm taking them out of the ovens. Hell, I'm even taking orders over the phone when I have to. You want a pizza with just mushrooms on it? What kind of sick pervert only wants just mushrooms? And this shit goes on for hours and hours. I have no idea how many orders we did that day, but I can tell you that fucking pizza place should have erected a 12-foot statue of my ass out front for the endeavors that I went through. Hell, things don't finally start to die down until it's damn near closing time. And before we can go home, we gotta scrub the whole kitchen down and make it all sparkly clean. Well, of course, as soon as we get done scrubbing the shit out of everything, our boss comes in like, hey, some lady just called and she said you burnt the shit out of her pizza. Can you remake it real quick? So now we gotta re-dirty the goddamn kitchen for one stupid-ass pizza, which I think is bullshit to begin with because I don't burn pizzas. Hell, I make the prettiest pizzas this side of the Mississippi. Whoever this lady is a bullshitter, and she's just trying to get a free pizza. Well, imagine my surprise when my boss walks in again, and he's like, hey, that same lady just called. She said it was supposed to be a pepperoni pizza. You put a bunch of nasty mushrooms on it instead. And I'm like, wait a goddamn minute. I remember that lady. I took her order. I distinctly remember her ordering just mushrooms because, again, what kind of fucking pervert orders just mushrooms? Yeah, Mr. Pizza Boss, with all due respect, that lady is a fucking lion scorpion woman. Look, can you just remake it? I want to get out of here. If you need me, I'll be in the bathroom. So there we go, making this lady's 3rd pizza, 2 minutes to close. And I'm not gonna lie, I was tempted to lick every single one of those goddamn pepperonis like a fucking postage stamp. Relax, I didn't do it. I'd never mess with somebody's food, no matter how badly they deserve it. So we get this lady's pizza done, and finally we get a chance to close up. Me and Debbie are sitting outside, looking like we just fucking stormed the beaches of Normandy. All of a sudden, out in the parking lot, we see a guy on a bike pull up, and then another guy in a pickup truck pulls up right behind him. And it's pretty dark out, so it's hard to make out what's going on or who's out there. But we see these 2 guys load up the bike in the back, and then they take off. Huh, well that was weird. I wonder what that was all about. Well, it wasn't until I went back to Wendy's to pick up my 10-speed that I found out that I didn't have a fucking 10-speed anymore. And at first it didn't even register what the hell happened. I was standing there for like 15 seconds like... Oh, god damn it! I just watched my own bike get stolen. So after that, I walked the fuck home, and that's the conclusion of my worst workday ever. Actually, it doesn't quite end there. Remember the mushroom/pepperoni pizza lady that lied her ass off? Well, before I left work, I took her order ticket because it had her phone number on it, and when I got home late at night, I called her on the old telephone.
Hello? Hello? Is anybody there?
Why did you lie to me?
What? Who is this?
You lied. I know you lied. Just know that I may or may not have licked all the pepperonis.
brewstew.com.
All right, we all had that friend growing up that had all the cool toys that you never had. You get all jealous like, oh, cool, look, he's got a Nintendo 64 and I'm over here with 3 Lincoln Logs. Cool. And that kid to me was my friend David. He had pretty much everything he wanted as a kid. For example, David had a bunk bed in his room. But David was an only child, so what the hell does he need a bunk bed for? I didn't know all your stuffed animals needed a place to sleep. God forbid. He had all the cool stuff. He could top whatever you had by far. You finally got that sweet holographic Charizard Pokemon card? Well, guess what? He's got 3 of them, and they're all autographed by a real-life Charizard. Suck on that. The dude had 3 Razor mini scooters. 3 of them. What do you need 3 scooters for, David? You have 2 legs on your body. You're not a goddamn millipede. You don't need multiple scooters to ride around on. But out of everything David had, the trampoline in his backyard was the best. The day he got it, all the kids in the neighborhood just marveled at it. We can bounce up to the moon on this damn thing. And boy, did we. We jumped on that thing and jumped and jumped and jumped our little asses off. We did that for like a whole 15 minutes. All right, that was fun. Now what do we do?
How about we try to hurt each other?
Oh yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Let's play a game called Dropkick.
How do you play Dropkick?
Oh, here, I'll show you. That was the name of our favorite game to play on the trampoline. Dropkick. Not the most clever name, but I got the point across. And I'm going to teach you guys how to play Dropkick, all right? Rule number 1. be a dumbass 9-year-old kid. Okay, check, we got that. We all qualify. Rule number 2, try to injure your friends as much as possible, only using your feet. Kick them in the teeth, kick them in the belly, knock the air out of them.
Oh, God, I think I'm gonna throw up.
Do anything you can to try to hurt your best friend. You made somebody bleed? Cool, that's 1 point. You knocked a tooth out? Hey, that's 2 points, all right. Oh, look at that, they're comatose on the ground. Well, guess what? You're the champion now. You'd have kids wearing steel-toe boots. I got my baseball cleats on, ready to ruin somebody's life. Michael would be over there in his bare feet so he could move faster. That's what he always said.
I have to be agile.
Yeah, Michael, because God forbid your knockoff Jordans are really gonna slow you down. Michael, put your goddamn shoes on for Christ's sake. You're freaking everybody out. Jesus Christ, well, at least cut your damn toenails once in a while with your nasty Wolverine feet. God, you're disgusting. Rule number 3, don't touch the ground. Now, chances were that at some point somebody would kick you off the trampoline, but if you touch that ground, you are out. You're done playing dropkick for that round. Michael, you're on the ground. You're out.
No, I'm not. I'm in. I can still play.
Michael, your leg is broken in half, dude. Sit this one out. You lost. Sometimes you get kicked, and you'd get lucky and be able to grab onto the chain link fence. Your back would slide down it like a cheese grater. You fall back on the trampoline. Your back's bleeding like a gunshot wound. I'm still in. I'm in, okay? Careful where you step. It's slippery. There's blood all over the place. Then you'd have kids like my buddy's little brother, Matt, who was like a whole 48 pounds at the time. His ass was so light, if he jumped up too high, a stiff breeze could carry him right over the fence. He had the hardest time playing dropkick because there wasn't any weight classes when we played. So little Matt there, he'd have to face off against somebody like Corey, who had the physique of a middle-aged garbage man. He's got like a hot dog in one hand.
Yeah, let's get it on.
Corey couldn't even jump in the air. There's no way he's getting his big ass airborne. So he'd just fall on his butt, launch Matt into the stratosphere. It's a technical knockout. Matt is disqualified.
He didn't touch the ground.
Yeah, well, you're not supposed to be in outer space either. He's disqualified. He's done. Rule number 4. This is the final rule of dropkick. Don't get hit by the big rock. Now, you might be asking yourself, big rock? What big rock? Well, as if a bunch of 9-year-olds throwing their bodies around like a circus act wasn't dangerous enough, you'd put a big 16-pound garden rock on the trampoline. There you go. Now you gotta dodge this big-ass bowling ball rock while people are trying to kick you in the forehead. That sounds fun. This thing's flying through the air, landing on people's toes. You'd be looking the wrong way. Big-ass rock comes out of nowhere, breaks your pelvis. Little Matt's face is totally filled with terror. He knows if he gets hit with that damn rock, he's gonna explode on impact. That's what he's gonna do. You'd have David's mom come outside and check on us.
Hey, any of you guys want some lemonade? No? Nobody? Oh, you boys and your silly games.
You'd have other kids from the neighborhood staring at us from a distance. Oh my God, what are they doing?
Hey, you guys want to play dropkick? What's it called? Dropkick, garden rock, trampoline game?
No. We'll play hide and seek or something instead.
Are you sure? It's really, really fun.
There's a dead kid over here.
Yeah, we know. He's disqualified. Hey, you guys got any Band-Aids or some morphine?
brewstew.com.
Alright, now usually when you're growing up, you tend to have a friend that you like hanging out with, but you don't really like going to their house. And for me, that was my friend Tommy. Now, I didn't like going to Tommy's house for a couple of reasons. For one, his house had a weird smell to it. And by weird smell, I mean as soon as you walk in, you'd be like, sick! Is somebody microwaving socks in a Denny's bathroom? What the hell is that? And for two, his family wasn't the most pleasant people to be around. His mom had a bunch of weird-ass rules that you'd have to follow when you were there. You're not allowed to use our bathroom, you hear me? I don't know where you came from or who your parents are, so you're not allowed to take a piss in this house. And then you had Tommy's creepy-ass grandma, who would always talk to me, but I could never understand what she was saying because she talked like fucking Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars.
Uben la choppin' solo.
Dude, what the hell is she saying? Is she about to freeze me in carbonite? I don't know, maybe. So needless to say, Tommy's house sucked ass. But there was one redeeming factor about Tommy's house, and that was that he had a PlayStation 2. And I'll never forget the day that Tommy got Grand Theft Auto 3. It was like a goddamn national holiday to us. I'm hanging out front of my house with my next door neighbor Michael. I got my sweet Dwayne The Rock Johnson hat on, looking like a hard ass.
Whoa, careful, honey. I can smell what that kid's cooking, and I don't want to be a part of it.
All of a sudden, Tommy comes up to us. You guys want to come over and play PlayStation 2 at my house? Oh, and deal with your mean-ass mom and your weird-ass grandma? No, thank you. My grandma's dead. Now, side note here, Tommy would always lie about stuff all the time for absolutely no reason. And he would always lie about his grandma being dead. Now, why would he do that? I don't know. Tommy's a sick fuck, I guess. He would lie about his grandma being dead, and you would feel all bad for him. Then you'd go over to his house, and you'd see her ass sitting in the living room watching Leave It to Beaver. Tommy, your grandma's not dead. I'm not falling for that again. Come on, dude. I got Grand Theft Auto 3.
Oh, hell yeah, Grand Theft Auto 3. I want to run over some hookers with an ice cream truck.
Calm down, Michael. Just calm down. We all want to run over hookers with an ice cream truck. But do you really want to deal with Tommy's weird-ass grandma? I just told you my grandma's dead. God damn it, Tommy, she's not dead. You're a liar, and you're lying just like the time you told me that your cousin was on an episode of Boy Meets World. He was, though.
Are we gonna run over hookers with an ice cream truck or what?
So we walk into Tommy's house. We're all gung-ho, ready to commit some felonies.
Ah, sick. Why does it smell like a dog shit in a bag of Fritos in here?
I look over to the other side of the living room, and sure as shit, there's Tommy's grandma, alive and well.
Uden Chapin Solo.
God damn it, I knew it. Tommy, what is the matter with you? You're like the little boy that cried my grandma's dead. So we start heading to Tommy's bedroom, and all of a sudden, Tommy's grandma has the audacity to take my sweet Dwayne The Rock Johnson hat right off the top of my head. Hey, what the hell? Tommy, you better get your grandma under control before I tip her ass out of the wheelchair.
We don't like hats in this house. You can get it when you leave. I don't know where you came from and who your parents are, so there's no hats in this house. And if you gotta take a piss, there's a tree in the backyard you can use.
So I have to cut my losses and let Tommy's weird-ass grandma have my hat for the time being, and we go in his room and play some goddamn Grand Theft Auto 3. But there's one big problem that's stopping us. The goddamn game disc is all scratched up, and we can't get the thing to work. Jesus, Tommy, where'd you find this game? Out in the street? My sister's boyfriend gave it to me. What, after he was done wiping his ass with it? This thing is all jacked up. It's got more scratches in it than a fucking lottery ticket. How the hell are we gonna get this thing to work?
I heard if you put toothpaste on the disc, it helps get rid of the scratches.
Michael, we're not putting toothpaste on the disc. Don't be ridiculous. Was the game got fucking gingivitis?
Hey, I'm just trying to be constructive. All I want to do is run over some hookers with a goddamn ice cream truck.
So there we were, squeezing out toothpaste on this goddamn Grand Theft Auto 3 game disc, hoping that it just might work. We put the game back in the PlayStation, and you wouldn't believe me if I told you, but somehow Michael's bullshit toothpaste method totally did not work at all. Are you fucking kidding me? We squirted like a half tube of Colgate on the damn thing. Not only did the game not work, but we probably fucked up Tommy's PlayStation 2 while we were at it. It's making some weird noises. So there was no Grand Theft Auto 3 that day, which meant there was no running over hookers with an ice cream truck.
Ah, darn it.
Me and Michael were so mad we just left Tommy's house. And it wasn't until I got home that I realized, oh, damn it, I left my sweet Dwayne The Rock Johnson hat with Tommy's weird-ass grandma. And after that day, I didn't see Tommy for weeks. Finally, like a month goes by, and I go back to Tommy's house. Hey, I need my sweet Dwayne The Rock Johnson hat back. Where's your weird-ass grandma at? Dude, my grandma died. God damn it, Tommy, I'm not doing this. Your grandma's not dead. She doesn't die. She's like the Terminator of all grandmas. Oh, shit, she really is dead this time, isn't she? Whoops.
brewstew.com.
Alright, so not too long ago, I got stuck on a roller coaster. And for me, it's a big deal because when I was a kid, I had two reoccurring nightmares. One was having Harry and Marv from Home Alone break into my house, and the other one was getting stuck on a fucking roller coaster at the very tippy top. So a few weeks ago, my girlfriend and I are at an amusement park called Cedar Point. If you've never been there, check it out. It's in Ohio. They got roller coasters coming out of every orifice. It's nuts. I was taking a shit there one time, wasn't paying attention, ended up on a fucking roller coaster. Anyways, we're halfway through our trip, and we want to take a break. And we want to get some corn dogs. So en route to these $9 corn dogs, we see our favorite ride.
The Millennium Force.
And it has a super short wait. Usually the line's like an hour and a half long, so I'm like, to hell with the corn dogs. Let's get all up in that roller coaster. So we strap in, front seat. It's a big-ass coaster. It goes like 300 feet in the sky, so I'm a little apprehensive. Heights are somewhere on my list of top shit that I'm afraid of. And we're about to take off, and my girlfriend leans over, and she's like, "Give me one last kiss in case we die on here." And then we take off. Well, that's a completely inappropriate thing to say when we're about to climb 17,000 fucking stories into the heavens. So while I'm sitting there contemplating why she had to mutter out this voodoo curse, our car just comes to a complete stop. And we're about 2/3 up the hill. You know that feeling when you're taking a mean dump and you hear the doorknob start to wiggle and your butthole tightens up because you know somebody's about to see you poop? Yeah, that's what I felt right there, stuck on top of that ride. And I'm pretty sure everybody's butthole on that ride tightened up at the same time. I swear to God, if I think about it, I'm pretty sure I actually heard it happen. It was like, swoop! Everybody's eyes bulging out of their head and shit. And the station starts to radio up to us from a speaker.
Yellow car, your ride has temporarily stopped. If you haven't made your peace with God yet, now's the time to do it.
Okay, cool. So there I am, sitting there, praying to God. And I know God's probably up there like, bitch, you only talk to me when you need something. You should have got the corn dogs, dumbass. This whole time my girlfriend's catatonic, refuses to remove her hands from her face. And I'm like, this is what you wanted, you fucking witch doctor? You cursed us. In case we die on here, in case we die on here.
In case we die on this bitch.
Everybody down at the ground at this point is hoping that the fucking thing just topples over so they can be on the news. Oh, I just can't believe this. I wonder what's going through their minds right now. I should have got the fucking corn dogs. Meanwhile, I'm up there taking Snapchats of everybody looking at their feet. Because if I don't distract myself, I'm gonna lose my mind. Look at me. I almost look happy. But really, I'm just distracting myself so my pants aren't filled with 2 turds and a puddle of piss. 15 minutes go by, and some dude in a hard hat comes riding up the hill in a fucking bucket, and he stops at this guy sitting at the ass end of the car who's wearing a goddamn GoPro on his head. Yeah, that's right. These assholes stopped the whole ride for a goddamn GoPro. It's not like this dude was wearing a fucking double reel camera from the 1920s on his head. Some dude with a boom mic behind him and shit. They take his GoPro away, and then they start the ride up like nothing ever happened. Nobody's even having fun at this point. Everybody's worried about the piss sloshing around in their pants. We pull back into the station, and all the people in line just start clapping for us, like we killed a terrorist up there or something. 2 security guards take camera face off the coaster while everybody's trying to huck rocks at him. And then Satan himself, or the guy controlling the ride, I mean, is like, hey, sorry that pervert wanted to film the back of your guys' heads. You guys want to go again? No, I think I want to get up. You're going again, bye. 10 minutes later, I'm sitting there, trying to eat my fucking corn dog. My hands are still shaking and shit. People are looking around wondering what the hell my problem is. Oh, what do you think's wrong with that guy? Maybe when he was a kid, he was abused with a corn dog. So the moral of the story is, well, the moral for me at least, is to never pass up on a fucking corn dog. Bad shit happens when you do that. I swear, like, next time, I'm gonna be at a friend's house, and they're gonna be like, hey, you want a corn dog? And I'm like, yes, I want that fucking corn dog. If I don't eat that corn dog, some horrible shit's gonna happen. Harry and Marv from Home Alone is gonna bust in here and steal my talk boy and my 2 turtle doves.
brewstew.com.
Alright, this is a story about when I was 11 years old and my brain decided to go all screwy and have itself a seizure. And seizures aren't very fun. I wouldn't really recommend having any, especially if you're 11. Alright, so my friend Steven is over my house, and he brought his dumbass little brother Matt along with him. And we're in my room, Steven's playing his Game Boy, and Matt and I are playing some Pokemon cards. We're having a good old time. Now normally I would whoop Matt's ass at Pokemon cards 6 ways to Sunday, but on this day, the unimaginable was happening. I'm sitting there on the ropes, I got my shitty ass little Weedle card. He's over there, he's got a Blastoise on steroids. Thing's got like Mark McGuire arms and shit. Let's hit some dingers. Jesus Christ, I'm about to lose to Steven's little brother. What kind of piece of shit loses to Steven's little brother? So I pick up a card, I'm hoping for a miracle at this point, and lo and behold, a miracle does happen. Everything goes black. I fall over like a sack of potatoes, and I start foaming at the mouth like a wild animal. I'm having what some people would call a seizure. And I didn't even get to have one of the fun seizures. You know, where you're flopping around like a fish? No, I just laid there, half dead, eyes wide open. What a ripoff. Now, Steven and Matt, they see this whole thing, and they think I'm faking it. Oh, come on, I was just about to win. Stop laying there being an asshole. Who the hell knows how long I laid there before my dad finally walked in? Hey, what kind of shit do you guys want on your hot dogs? Whoa, what the hell happened to him? Ooh, I want ketchup.
Oh, yeah, we think your son's dead.
Now, I don't remember any of this because my brain doesn't work anymore, apparently. The next thing that I did remember is waking up on the couch with everybody staring at me. What the hell? Why is everybody staring at me? What is this, some kind of shitty surprise birthday party? The paramedics bust through the door. They carry me to the ambulance. I'm still completely oblivious to what's going on. You know I can walk, right? I have legs that work. Yeah, but you don't have a fucking brain that works, apparently. So we're at the hospital trying to figure out why my brain suddenly turned into a bowl of mashed potatoes. My mom's absolutely positive that the reason I had a seizure was because all those nights I stayed up playing Nintendo 64.
It was that goddamn Poketron Stadium, I know it.
But me personally, I know exactly what happened. The thought of me losing to Steven's stupid-ass little brother was so abstract to my brain that it tried to explode itself. That's the only logical reason. So at this point, I have to have an MRI done. And if you've never had an MRI done before, then you don't know what hell on earth is. It's where they slide you into this big tube so they can take pictures of your broken-ass brain. Now, I'm not a claustrophobic person. Or maybe I should say I wasn't a claustrophobic person before the MRI. There's something about being strapped down and put into a giant tube that kind of makes you feel uneasy. I'm never getting out of this thing. I'm gonna die and stay here forever. So I'm a little apprehensive. The nurse comes over and she's like,
It's okay to be nervous. We're gonna put some music through these earbuds to help ease your mind. What kind of music do you like?
You guys got any Limp Bizkit?
Let me check.
Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man?
Oh yeah, perfect. As if this couldn't get any worse. So they slide me into this tube of hell, and they're like,
Okay, this machine's a little noisy. Just try to focus on your music.
oh yeah, a little noisy. That's a bit of an understatement, don't you think? So much for the goddamn Muffin Man, I can't hear anything. So there I am, completely stuck in a tube, listening to R2-D2 have loud sex with a garbage disposal. Every now and then the machine would stop. Goddamn Muffin Man would chime back into my ears.
Oh, the Muffin Man, the Muffin.
So this goes on for 45 minutes, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, I never knew this circle of hell existed. Lucky me. When I finally get out of that thing, I'm like, hey, thanks a bunch, guys, but I think I'd rather have the seizures than do that shit again. So at this point, we had to wait for the doctor to look at the results. And I'm not saying my doctor was stupid, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't all the way there. What the hell is this big blobby thing? That's the brain, doctor. Oh, yeah, all right. Well, that's good, right? I don't know. So there I am, waiting to be diagnosed, hoping I get some answers finally. Oh man, I hope it's not brain AIDS. I bet I got AIDS in the brain, Mom. I should have never listened to that Nickelback CD. Well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is your son has a brain in his head. And the bad news is, what was your question again? Why did he have a seizure? Oh yeah, that's right. We don't really know. So now I have to get an EEG test. And an EEG test is when they glue a bunch of electrodes to your head and they sit you in front of a strobe light. I remember thinking a strobe light, oh my god, they're trying to make me have a seizure now. What a bunch of assholes.
Okay, just sit back and relax. We're just gonna shine a few lights in your eyeballs. How you feeling?
You feeling a little seizure-y? No, but I'm feeling like my goddamn brain's gonna explode.
Oh man, I thought you'd be flopping all over the floor by now. Well, I guess we could hit you in the head with this frying pan and see what happens.
So after all this hellacious testing, my doctor concludes that he doesn't really know why I had a seizure. Sometimes your brain's just stupid, I guess. I don't know. What do I look like, a doctor? So I never figured out why, and I never had a seizure since then. But there's one good thing that came from this whole shitty mess. And that was, from then on, I could always fake a seizure and get out of losing any game.
Aha! Checkmate! I win! Oh, god damn it, not again!
brewstew.com.
All right, now when I was a kid, I was a part of a youth rifle league. One day, my grandpa came up to me and he's like, hey, you're 12 now, wanna shoot a gun? Well, hell yeah, I wanna shoot a gun. I've been waiting for that moment all my goddamn life. Let me see this thing, I know what I'm doing. I've played GoldenEye 64. Where's the Z button on this goddamn thing? So every Saturday morning, I'd go and target shoot 22 caliber rifles with a bunch of other kids. Now, I know what you're thinking, a bunch of kids in a room with rifles? Sounds like a bad idea.
If you talk shit about Scooby-Doo one more time, I'm gonna blow your goddamn brains out.
But the instructor made sure firearm safety was branded into our brains. You see this thing? It's not a toy. It's not a goddamn Tamagotchi or whatever the hell you kids play with these days. So don't be a bunch of dumbasses. Now, most kids shot their own rifles that they brought from home, but my ass was broke, so I didn't have one. I had to borrow one from the club. Here, you can use this crusty-ass rifle we found in a trench in World War I. We just been using it to prop up a table the past 3 months anyways. This goddamn gun was half the size of my body. There's like dried blood on it and shit. So there I was, on the firing line with my gun from the Antique Roadshow. Is this thing gonna explode in my hand when I shoot it? Now, I was not a very good shot when I first started shooting. And to make things worse, I was always the last one done shooting. So that meant that everyone would have their eyes on me, watching me shoot like a bunch of perverts. I'd be nervous as hell. I'd be trembling like I'm going through morphine withdrawals. I'd take my last shot, fucking hit the wood holding up the target.
Oh my god, he hit the wood. What an idiot.
Just laying there embarrassed. What the hell was that? What are you, holding the gun upside down? How the hell do you hit the wood? Now, it's important to remember that this was a competition, and we weren't competing by ourselves. No, we were all split up into teams of 3, and my team was me and 2 17-year-old kids. Not really kids, they're practically grown-ass men at this point. We don't have anything in common. They don't watch the Angry Beavers like I do. They watch shit like Dawson's Creek. Dawson's Creek? Who the fuck is Dawson's Creek? They had these fancy rifles that their dads bought them. Things got like fucking antennas off the sides and an iPod dock and shit. Hello? What? Sorry, I'm talking on my gun phone. Can you hear me? And these guys were pretty good. They're knocking bullseyes left and right. They're shooting behind their head and shit. That's damn good shooting. You're a real Lee Harvey Oswald, aren't you? Meanwhile, I'm over here shooting like a nearsighted stormtrooper. Holy hell, some Lee Harvey Oswald you are. Jesus, JFK would have fucking seen the moon landing if your ass was shooting at him. Needless to say, I was the weak link on our little rifle team. Now, for every match, we would shoot 4 rounds in 4 different positions. And offhand was the hardest position by far, because you're just standing there and you got no support. I'd be out there trying to steady this 25-pound grandpa rifle with my 12-year-old noodle arms. I'm shooting all over the goddamn place. My target looks like I'm shooting my name in cursive down there. I'm shooting out light bulbs and shit. The instructor's pulling out Kevlar vests for everybody. We got like a camera crew out there filming me. What not to do when shooting a rifle indoors. I'm surprised somebody didn't go out there and just break my rifle in half. That's enough of that bullshit. You're gonna fucking kill somebody, you maniac. But in the end, it didn't matter how bad I shot because we won the championship anyways. My teammates were so good, I could have shot my rifle backwards and we still would have won. I know I didn't contribute much. Hell, I was practically the mascot of my goddamn team. But we still won. Hey, I get a trophy too, right? I'm still a part of this team, even though I don't got a fancy spaceship rifle or Dawson's Creek. I'm a goddamn champion. Who wants my autograph?
brewstew.com.
Alright, so it's Halloween time now, which means it's also pumpkin patch time. It's time to go get a pumpkin, carve it up nice and scary, and put it outside for all the little trick-or-treaters to see.
Mommy, that witch pumpkin sure is scary. Don't look at it, little Susie. Legend has it that she eats little children and gets DWIs.
Now, when I was a kid, I would always go to the pumpkin patch with my friend David, and it was a pretty good time. His mom would take us and let us run amok, while she would go get hot apple cider and look at dumbass decorations. You know, mom shit. So off we go to the pumpkin patch, and on this year in particular is a little different, because this year we brought our friend Michael along. And Michael is an idiot, which I've said many a cartoon. His ass doesn't know how to pick out a good pumpkin. It's a big deal when you're a kid. You gotta get the perfect pumpkin. My God, it's perfectly round, it's the correct shade of orange, and it's smoother than the bare ass of a 9-month-old. I'll take it. Meanwhile, you got Michael over there.
Check out this weird looking pumpkin. Doesn't it kind of look like a dragon?
Michael, that is a goddamn squash, you idiot. And it looks more like a goddamn penis than a dragon. So there we are, we got our pumpkins. We're walking around the pumpkin patch with Michael's dick-shaped squash.
Look, I got a dragon. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, check it out, that kid's waving around a fucking sex toy. Wow, this pumpkin patch is really going to shit. Now, this pumpkin patch, there was a few other things to do besides picking out pumpkins, but it wasn't really anything special. I mean, they try to spice everything up to make it sound really fun and exciting.
You guys want to go on the super amazing, one-of-a-kind, jaw-dropping, holy shit hayride?
Yeah, that sounds sweet. Let's do it. Wow, whoopee. They'd have like one rickety-ass carnival ride that was super haphazard and dangerous as hell.
You kids want to ride on the fireball? Why do you call it the fireball?
Oh, because last year it caught on fire and murdered a whole school field trip.
Oh, okay, sounds like fun.
But the one decent thing that this pumpkin patch had to be the corn maze. And this corn maze was huge. This ain't no back of the cereal box bullshit maze you could figure out in 9 seconds. No, this was a giant fucking hedge maze from The Shining type deal.
You guys want to go on the super duper mega monster holy hell corn maze?
What the hell, a corn maze? Why the fuck would you want to get lost on purpose?
Well, what else are we gonna do? Go on the fireball again?
No, I'm not trying to break my pelvis on the goddamn fireball. All right, let's go ahead and do the stupid corn maze then. So we walk in there, and at first it's kind of fun. I guess it's not too bad, it's kind of neat. But then 20 minutes later go by and you're like, get me the fuck out of here. Who the hell decided to get lost on purpose? What a bad idea this was. So now we're running out of time. David's mom's already at the checkout buying our pumpkins. Why, that's a very well-endowed squash you have there, ma'am. Thank you. So at this point, we're not even having fun anymore.
Fuck this. Let's just keep going left. If we keep going left, we'll get out of here.
Michael, you idiot. If you go left 3 times, you'll just end up at the same spot you were just at. Why don't you just let your Christopher Columbus ass leave it to me? So now we've been stuck in this corn maze for a goddamn eternity. Who knows how long it was? 20, maybe 30 fucking minutes? Who knows? A long ass time for being in a goddamn corn maze, that's for sure. Also, we got Michael starting to freak out.
Oh my god, this is just like the Blair Witch Project. We're gonna die in these goddamn woods. Do you got a map? Where's the map at? Did you kick the map in the river? We're all gonna fucking die.
Michael, calm down. Jesus. It's about survival at this point. We've been in here 30 minutes. Starvation's gonna kick in at any minute. Somebody has to volunteer to get eaten. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Not it.
Not it. Oh, god damn it. Look, if we would have just kept going left, nobody would have to be eaten. To hell with you guys. I'm going out on my own.
So Michael takes off on his own, all set with his go left only approach.
Wow, he's such an idiot. Have fun going in circles, you stupid idiot.
So now we're down to the 2 of us. And if we don't get out of here quick, David's mom's gonna start freaking out. We're gonna have our faces on milk cartons and shit. So we continue walking around, wandering around aimlessly like a couple of idiots.
I wonder if Michael made it out yet.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Michael's ass is probably dead by now. We just have to stay focused. Eventually we reach the point where we're not gonna be able to figure out this goddamn corn maze. So what do we decide to do? Well, we cheat is what we do. We keep looking over the goddamn corn stalks to try to figure out where the fuck we are in life, try to get a general idea of which direction to head in.
Oh, I think we're almost out of here. I can see the fireball murdering children left and right.
So finally, we get out of this godforsaken corn maze. We stumble outside of the exit, except it wasn't really the exit. It was the goddamn entrance. Holy hell, we just walked around this stupid-ass corn maze all for nothing? And to make matters worse, Michael's already out there waiting for us with his goddamn wiener squash. Motherfucker just kept going left and got out of there.
Yeah, I told you it worked. Who looks like the stupid idiot now?
Hey kid, drop that fucking sex toy. You're scaring the children.
brewstew.com.
All right, Prank War, Part 2. Prank me baby one more time. Now, you would think that after all this pine tree penetration and all this wacky wiener doodling, that maybe we could just call a ceasefire and end this stupid prank war. But you would be mistaken, because it turns out it's pretty fun making your friends look stupid. Or, even better, you make them look like some kind of weird pervert. But the first video was just the highlights of this prank war. So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown on some of the incidents that happened. Ready? Here we go.
Incident number 1.
A few of us snuck over to Cody's house in the middle of the night, and we decided to put 400 oil change stickers all over his car window. That dumbass spent an hour and a half peeling every single one of those things off one by one.
Incident number 2.
We covered Brewer's room in wrapping paper, and then we drew a bunch of dicks on that wrapping paper. Did we really have to draw wieners again? Well, the answer to that is yes. Why would we break tradition? Look at that one's got a smiley face on it. All right.
Incident number 3.
Me and Cody dump a bunch of baby powder in the vents of David's car. We even snuck a shitty little hidden camera in the back seat. Here he is, starting up his car, looking like a baffled idiot, thinking his car's about to blow up.
Incident number 4.
Me and Steven blow up 200 balloons one night, and we stuff them all in his mom's bathroom. She was totally innocent, not even a part of this whole shitty prank war. Now she's over here trying to take a piss before work. Now she's got a goddamn birthday party in her bathroom.
Incident number 5.
This one was one of my favorite pranks, and it involved me and Steven going over to David's house while he was at work and stealing all his clothes out of his bedroom. We walk up to his house, his sister lets us right in. She doesn't give a shit.
Oh, you're here to ruin my brother's life? Oh, well, come right in. I'll show you to the bedroom.
We shoved all of his clothes in the trunk of my car, but we did leave him one t-shirt. It was one of my dad's old football t-shirts, and it had a big-ass deer on it. Why the hell anybody would have that shirt, I don't know.
Hey, why do you got that weird shirt of a deer?
Well, because I fucking like deer, that's why. And if that wasn't enough, we rig a couple buckets up above his door that are filled with water and confetti, like we're a couple of Kevin McAllisters. So when he walks in, they both dump on him, and he gets all wet and sparkly. Has to change his clothes. But guess what? His ass ain't got no clothes. He shows up to my work wearing his sweet, sweet deer shirt, and he's like,
Can I have my clothes back now?
oh man, look at that sweet deer shirt you got on there. You must really like deer a lot. I bet you a nice shirt like that must have cost you a few bucks, didn't it? You get it, David? Bucks like a deer? Like the deer on your shirt? You look ridiculous, David. Get your goddamn clothes out of my car before somebody sees me standing here while you're wearing that shirt. God damn it.
Incident number 6.
Now, it's important to note that not every prank that we pulled was successful. Not all of them were home runs. For instance, we tried to get Cody with the old saran wrap over the toilet bowl trick. You know, so when he'd go take a piss, his pee would bounce off the saran wrap and shoot everywhere. Be ricocheting off the walls and shit, preferably right back in his stupid dumb face. So we put the plastic wrap on there, and it looks pretty good. Even with the seat up, it's not too noticeable. I mean, ideally, we were hoping that Cody sits down and pees like a girl. Then he'd end up peeing all over his own asshole. And nobody wants that now, do they? So now we're all just sitting around, waiting for Cody to use the bathroom. And we're trying our best to steer him in that direction.
Hey, Cody, you want a beer? How about 9 of them? You guys want to talk about waterfalls? We could talk about running water in general. How about that?
I got neon signs pointing to the bathroom and shit. Finally, he goes in there. We're all huddled around the door. Ooh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna pee on himself because he's a stupid idiot. But unfortunately, he doesn't pee on himself. He sees that saran wrap right away as soon as he walks in there. But he's looking at it a little perplexed. It doesn't quite click in Cody's brain that this is a practical joke. He just thinks that we're just a bunch of weird perverts that put plastic wrap over a toilet.
What are you guys collecting your poop? Why is there plastic wrap on your guys' toilet?
God damn it, Cody. You're supposed to pee on it so you get pee all over yourself.
You guys really think I'm that stupid?
Yes, Cody, we did. We thought you were so stupid. But you're a goddamn detective and you cracked the case. Congratulations. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if Cody would have taken a shit instead? I mean, what we should have done was feed Cody a bunch of Taco Bell. Hell, he'd be in that bathroom in no time. He probably would have never seen that plastic wrap. He'd be standing there in my bathroom, freaking out, looking at his levitating turd, thinking he's some kind of shit wizard.
Hey, you guys! That Taco Bell I had, it's making my poop float!
brewstew.com.
Alright, since April Fool's Day's in pissing distance, I figured I'd talk a little about pranks, or more specifically, about a prank war between me and a few friends of mine. Now, this prank war all started with a Christmas tree. It was an old Christmas tree that my friend Steven had to get rid of. Now, instead of taking it to the curb like most people would, he decides to drive over to my house with it. He sees my car parked out in the street, it's totally unlocked, it's looking vulnerable, and he starts to thinking, hey, I wonder if this Christmas tree would fit in his car. So in broad daylight, he starts shoving this pine tree into my car. Nobody stops and asks him any questions. Hey, why are you doing that? That looks like a shitty thing to do. No, my roommate Brewer comes outside right in the middle of all this, and he sees Steven penetrating my car with this pine tree, and he's overjoyed. Because it's not his car after all. He doesn't care.
I like what you're doing here. You are giving that car the business.
So somehow, Steven manages to squeeze this dead pine tree into my tiny-ass Chevy Cavalier like he's some kind of shitty David Copperfield. And a few hours go by, and I walk out to my car. I take one look at it, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Something's different. I don't remember putting a goddamn pine tree in my car. Part of me wasn't even mad. You kind of have to be impressed that he actually got the tree to fit. It had to be at the precise angle. His ass had to be out there with a giant protractor or some shit. That's pretty impressive. But I tell you what's not impressive, the 8 million dead pine needles that are scattered throughout my car. They're on the cup holder, on the dashboard. Every time I sit down, it feels like a small porcupine's getting shoved up my ass. Now I gotta figure out how to get back at Steven. But before I get back at Steven, I decide to get my revenge on Brewer. Because after all, he could have blew the whistle on this whole operation. He could have at least shot me a text message like, hey dude, there's a Christmas miracle happening outside if you want to come check it out. But no, he didn't do that. So I form a little posse, have a couple people come over, and we decide to try to duct tape Brewer's bed to the ceiling. Now, I don't know if you've ever attempted such an ambitious maneuver, but taping a bed to a ceiling is a little difficult. You have to have 3 people standing on chairs, holding the bed up to the ceiling, box spring and all, while one person goes around and tapes everything. We used 3 rolls of duct tape on this goddamn thing, and it just wouldn't stay. God damn it. Well, I guess we're gonna have to use plan B. Plan B was we're just gonna steal his bed and hide it somewhere. And then, since we're so goddamn funny, we're gonna put a piece of bread where his bed used to be, and then we're gonna drive to his work and leave a note in his car. And the note says, "You look tired, go to bread." God damn it, we are comedic geniuses. Now, I can only imagine the look on his face when he read that weird cryptic-ass message that we left in there.
You look tired, go to bread. What in tarnation does that mean?
But I'm sure it made perfect sense when he got home and had to go on a shitty little scavenger hunt for his bed. But you bet your ass he did find it, because a slice of Wonder Bread makes a shitty place to sleep. Okay, cross Brewer off the list. Now on to Steven. But before I could get back at Steven, for whatever reason, my friend Cody decides to throw his hat in the ring. He wants to get involved in this prank war. So the next day I'm at work making pizzas, and Cody shows up and he wants a pizza. So I make him a nice little pizza, and I don't even spit in it because I'm a gentleman, what can I say? But before he leaves, he decides he's gonna go to my car and he's gonna draw a big old wiener on my back windshield with window chalk. So a few hours go by and I leave for work and I'm totally oblivious. Hell, it's not until I'm in the middle of traffic at a red light when I look in my rearview mirror and notice it. What in tarnation is that? Oh man, it's a big dingus. Everybody on the street can see it. People are honking their horns and shit.
Hey, that's quite the wiener decal you got there.
Thank you. I drove all the way home with a wiener on my car, looking like a NASCAR that's sponsored by Wieners Incorporated. Okay, looks like Cody's name's going on the shit list. I call him up in the middle of the night. I'm gonna get you back. You're not gonna know when, and you're not gonna know how, but I'm gonna get you back. You drew a wiener on my car, and you soiled my reputation, goddammit, I'm gonna get you! But Cody was easy to get back. All I had to do was get some window chalk of my own and write, "I drink pee" on his bumper, right before he'd leave work. I did that sporadically for like a month. I also wrote shit on Brewer's car too, because, well, what the hell, why not? Okay, so back to revenge on Steven, because after all, he's the one that started this whole goddamn mess, having the 12 days of Christmas in my Cavalier. So me and Brewer are sitting there one night thinking, well, what's worse than drawing a big wiener on his car?
How about drawing 1,000 tiny wieners on his car?
That is a great idea. You are a goddamn genius. So that was the plan. Me, Brewer, his girlfriend, and my cousin David, we're all gonna sneak over to Steven's house at 2 in the morning, and by golly, we're gonna draw as many wieners as we can on his Ford Contour. So we're out there sneaking around in the dark, like SEAL Team 6, markers in hand, ready to draw some wieners, and there's his car, looking vulnerable just like mine was. So we get to wiener drawing. Some of them have smiley faces, some of them look like they've been hit by a car. In 15 minutes, we covered every square inch of that car with a phallus. Job well done, gang. Let's hit the road. The morning rolls around, and Steven's uncle pulls up in front of the house. He's the first one that gets to lay eyes on the Wienermobile parked out front. Oh my God, what kind of shit is my nephew getting himself involved in? He goes inside and tells Steven's mom, "Hey, there's a bunch of wieners on your son's car."
What?
Steve's car, there's a bunch of dicks all over it.
Like severed dicks?
No, Jesus Christ, they're drawings. Not a bunch of cut-off dicks all over his car. What the hell's the matter with you? That morning was the morning that Steven had to get up and scrub 1,000 wieners off his car. And I take great pride in that. I feel like that's ample revenge for what he did.
Hey, that's quite a bunch of wieners on your car there.
Yeah, I'm aware. Thank you. My favorite part of the story is that 6 days later, Steven's at the gas station filling up his car, and he looks over to his gas tank and he sees one little wiener that he missed with a little message that says, "Insert here." Oh, God damn it.
brewstew.com.
Alright, now I think it's safe to say that most of us were guilty of playing hooky at some point when we were kids. And for all you youngins out there, playing hooky is where you skip school and you stay at home. I know it sounds like some old-fashioned phrase that your drunk Uncle Rick would say. What are you, playing hooky from school today?
Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about, Uncle Rick. No wonder why you haven't felt the touch of a woman since the 1980s.
But I have to admit, playing hooky was a nice little break from school. And you needed that sometimes because it's hard when you're a kid. You wake up at the ass crack of dawn, you're all stressed out right from the get-go. Hell, I got a math test today. It's on that order of operations crap that I haven't been paying attention to all week. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally and shit. Out of hell with that, I'm not going to school today. I'm gonna pretend that I'm sick, goddammit. Now you gotta try to figure out a way to give yourself an artificial fever. So you go and rest your fucking forehead on a light bright, try to raise your body temperature up to a solid 101, 102. Then you walk out to the living room and lie straight to your mom's face. Hey, I don't feel very good, and, I've been pooping a lot.
You've been pooping a lot? How much is a lot?
Like, 16 times?
16 times? times. Holy hell, we need to get you to the hospital. Whoa, wait a minute. All right, maybe not that much, but my head feels really hot though. Good Lord, you are burning up and you smell like hot plastic for some reason. Okay, you're not going to school today. All right, mission accomplished. You did it. You tricked your gullible ass mom into letting you stay home from school. So now you're laying on the couch like it's your own fucking personal gurney. You don't even have the decency to change out of your Hong Kong Phooey pajamas for Christ's sake. Your mom's serving you Pepto-Bismol by the gallon. Make sure you drink all this. It'll slow down all those shitty escapades you've been having. I know most people hate the taste of Pepto-Bismol, but when I was a kid, I loved that weird pink milky shit. Like my top 3 favorite drinks when I was a kid would be like Mountain Cooler Capri Sun, Ecto Cooler High C, and then fucking boom, Pepto-Bismol somewhere in between. Hell, even as an adult, if my stomach starts going I get all excited because now I have a reason to drink some goddamn Pepto-Bismol. Shit's good. I don't care. You should serve that shit at restaurants. I'll have the roast duck and a glass of Pepto, served up with a twist. Good choice, huh? Anyways, what the hell was I talking about? Goddamn, going off on a fucking tangent on Pepto-Bismol. Oh yeah, playing hooky from school. So there you are, laying on the couch like a slug, pretending you have typhus and shit. Well, now what are you supposed to do? Well, you watch shitty daytime TV is what you do. And shitty daytime TV had all sorts of things to offer. You'd have your talk shows like your Maury Povich, where they do paternity tests on the daily. There ain't no way I'm that baby's daddy, Maury. That girl sleeps with everybody. Hell, she'd probably fuck a pack of hot dogs if they looked at her the right way. Well, the test results are in. When it comes to 4-year-old Smith & Wesson Jr., you are not the father. And then after that, you'd have some dramatic-ass soap operas that my mom was totally fascinated by. On the next episode of The Young and the Worthless. Victor, you can't leave. I'm pregnant with your baby. With all the men you've been with, Veronica, there's no way I'm that baby's father. Hell, you'd probably fuck a pack of hot dogs if they looked at you the right way. Veronica would too. She's such a fucking slut. Yep, she sure is. But out of all the bullshit TV shows that were on during the day, there was one show that beat the hell out of all the others. And that show, of course, was The Price is Right. Now, The Price is Right had everything. You got fucking Plinko, people winning Ford Escorts and shit, Bob Barker yelling at you to get your goddamn pets fixed. And remember, to help control the pet population, chop your dog's fucking balls off as soon as you can. You got people being assholes, outbidding each other by $1 and shit. $600, Bob. Very well, what's your bid? How about $601, Bob? Oh, what the fuck? Ooh, that's some shiesty shit. Actual retail price, $650. Oh, motherfucker, you fucking serious? God damn it, you're a fucking piece of shit. This episode of The Price is Right is brought to you by Oscar Mayer Hot Dogs. Hot dogs so good, you'll wanna fuck them. But after The Price is Right was over, I knew it was all downhill from there, because I knew it was only a matter of time before my dad got home from work, and then the jig was up. Whoa, what the hell? What's the kid doing home from school? He was sick, so he stayed home. What? What the hell? That kid ain't sick. Did you throw up or something? No. You've been putting your fucking forehead in that light bright again, haven't you? Yeah, you better take your plain hooky ass to school tomorrow, I tell you what. So the next day you show up to school, and of course you have to start bragging to all your friends about your day off the day before. Hey asshole, why weren't you at school yesterday? Oh, well, because I was too busy watching The Price is Right and fucking off all day, that's why. Oh, well, you're an idiot. We had a pizza party yesterday. Wait, what? It was yesterday? Yeah, and then we had an assembly in the auditorium. Oh, what the hell? And the guest speaker was Randy Macho Man Savage. What the fuck? Are you serious?
Oh yeah, snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh, god damn it, what have I done? So the moral of the story is simple. 1, don't be an asshole and lie to your mom. 2, learn the goddamn orders of operation. And 3, take your truant ass to school like you're supposed to. Because you never know when a 2-time WWF heavyweight champion is going to be a guest speaker at your school.
Oh yeah, snap into a Slim Jim. Who wants to touch my biceps? brewstew.com.
Alright, ever since I was a kid, I'd get random nosebleeds. Didn't matter where I was at the time, in the middle of class, on an airplane, taking a shit at my grandpa's house, you name it. They would just happen randomly, I'd have no control over it. And if I was at home, it was no big deal. You just fashion yourself a little nose tampon out of toilet paper and you go about your day. But what the fuck do you do when you get a nosebleed at a public pool? Panic. That's what you do. Probably the worst possible place you could get a nosebleed, except maybe like a church. Like at a baptism or something.
He's the devil!
So I'm at the pool with my cousin, and we're all amped up and we're about to jump in. So I do this sweet Axel from the Streets of Rage jump kick into the pool, and when I rise to the top, blood just starts gushing out of my nose. Just a spontaneous nosebleed in the middle of a fucking public pool. Jesus Christ, I'd rather shit in the pool than bleed in it. I'd rather spell my name out in turds in the pool than get a nosebleed. Everybody's rushing out of the pool like the water's on fire. I climb out of the side all lightheaded and shit. Somebody kill me! I need a fucking blood transfusion. I'm O positive. Oh, God. If I die at this pool, somebody's got to take care of my Tamagotchi I got at home. Then this dude comes out of the middle of nowhere and smashes like 50 napkins in my face.
What happened? You get shot in the face? I think somebody shot him in the face. Do you have AIDS? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much AIDS do you have?
The whole pool is totally evacuated at this point. They got the hazmat people from E.T. coming in. I'm half conscious from blood loss. The pool looks like the beaches of Normandy. Everybody's weekend's ruined. And I'm like, oh, come on. There's chlorine in a pool for a reason. Jesus Christ, I pissed in the pool a couple weeks ago. Nobody even cared. Now there's a couple of quarts of human blood in there and everybody wants to freak out. Never went back to that pool after that. I don't think I was welcome. They're like, whoa, buddy, I know we're a public pool and all, but we have to have some kind of fucking standards. You can piss in there, maybe even a half a shit, but we're not doing any nasty nose blood. We don't want hepatitis, all right?
brewstew.com.
All right. Now, I never had a little brother growing up, but my buddy Steven did. And what I've gathered over the years is that being a little brother sucks ass. I mean, technically, I myself am a little brother. I do have a sister 8 years older than me, but that's different. I had the house to myself when I was a kid. She was out in the streets, smoking cigarettes and stealing cars. Steven's little brother, Matthew, had it a little different than I did. He was like Steven's own little personal punching bag. He'd just be standing there. Steven would walk over and just pop him in the belly. I'd be like, whoa, what did you do that for? Because I don't like the look on his fucking face, that's why. Oh man, that is awesome. You got somebody's ass you can beat whenever you want. Never mind the Nintendo 64, Mom and Dad. I want a little brother for Christmas. You get shit on constantly when you're a little brother. You don't have any of your own clothes. You're over there wearing the same Jabberjaw t-shirt your brother used to wear 2 years ago. You never get to be the first player in video games. You get stuck with a shitty Mad Catz controller where the A button sticks. That sucks ass. Now if you're feeling bad for little Matthew over there, don't. He did plenty of shit to deserve everything that happened to him. He was a weird kid who did weird things. One time I was staying the night at their house, and I woke up in the morning, and Matt was over there pissing in a 2-liter bottle, right in the middle of his living room. What the hell kind of weird Buffalo Bill shit is this? I'm peeing in this Mountain Dew bottle. Yeah, I see that. Why the hell are you doing that? I don't know. The kid had a weird fetish for pissing in places that shouldn't be pissed in. I don't know why. It's just something that he did. One day, we were playing hide and seek, and me and Matt were hiding under his mom's minivan. Well, this looks like a good place to piss now, doesn't it? He just leans over on his side and starts peeing all over the place. Dude, what are you doing? We're playing hide and seek, goddammit. Now, granted, I know this is a damn good hiding spot. If Anne Frank would have hid under this damn minivan, she'd probably still be with us, now wouldn't she? But holy hell, if you gotta pee, go inside and pee. I'm not your pee pal. We're not that far in our friendship for us to be pissing under vans together. So I went inside to tell his mom. I'm like, hey, your son's peeing all willy-nilly underneath your minivan. He's doing what? So since he had his weird pissing habits, we would make sure to get him back when he'd fall asleep. And he was always the first one to fall asleep during sleepovers. He was a real easy target. We'd do the old shaving cream trick. We put his hand in warm water, try to make him piss himself. But of course that never worked because he done pissed everywhere earlier that day. His tank was empty. He'd be passed out in the middle of the floor. We'd hover our ass an inch away from his face, let loose a big old fart point blank. He'd wake up the next morning, licking his lips and shit. Why does my upper lip taste like somebody's asshole? There's one time we hid in Matt's closet while he was sleeping, and we burst into his room, screaming, bees! Bees! Oh my God, they're everywhere! Matt wakes up, completely delirious. He just starts screaming, ah! He runs out the door right behind us, because he'll be damned if he's gonna get stung by a bunch of closet bees. Never mind the fact that bees in your closet is stupid as hell, doesn't make any sense. He's gotta get out of there. But with all that tormenting, sometimes I would switch sides and help Matt out. You gotta root for the underdog sometimes, even if he pisses all over everything like a Cocker Spaniel. So one day, Steven is taking a dump on the toilet. Unlike his brother, he's familiar with how a bathroom works. And Matt's over there with this giant stuffed animal, and he's like, I'm gonna throw this at him while he's pooping on the toilet. Matthew, that is a fantastic idea. He is totally vulnerable on the toilet right now. Now's the time to strike. The little Matt kicks the bathroom door open like a SWAT team looking for narcotics. The look on Steven's face is priceless. But he's not sitting on the toilet. No. He's standing there in mid-wipe. bare ass and all. Talk about a side of Steven that we never wanted to see before. Nobody wants to be seen wiping their ass. So Matt hurls this 4-foot-tall husky dog at him, and Steven's pants around his ankles so it knocks him over the toilet. Meanwhile, I keel over on the ground because this is the funniest goddamn thing I've ever seen. Today was Matt's day. He was making a statement to the world that little brothers can be player one, goddammit. The hell with the Mad Catz controller. Now, of course, that didn't last long. About 5 seconds later, Steven hobbles out there, not even done wiping his ass yet, just beats the hell out of Matt. But for one brief moment, little Matt had won. He had humiliated his older brother by putting his asshole on display and hitting him with a giant stuffed dog.
brewstew.com.
Alright, now remember when you were a kid and you'd lay on the living room floor and pretend you were dead just so you could freak out your mom and give her a panic attack? No? You didn't do that as a kid? Oh, well, I did. I did it all the time. I'd be laying on the floor looking like a dead body in an episode of CSI. My mom would walk in and flip out. Oh my God, somebody murdered my kid! And I'd be committed too. I would lay there until I could hear like the first 2 digits of 911 being dialed. Then I'd spring up and be like, surprise! I'm not dead! Isn't that funny? What are you mad? What are you mad at me for? Your son's not dead. You should be happy. Now, why would I do that as a child? Well, that's an easy answer. Just because. Just because is a good enough excuse for you to do anything as a kid. Billy, can you tell me why you tried to flush a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle down the toilet? Because. Because why? Because, just because. I don't know. What do you want from me? I'm a kid, for Christ's sake. For example, in the 5th grade, I told my friend Randy that Stone Cold Steve Austin was my uncle. Now, Stone Cold Steve Austin is a lot of things. He's Austin 316, and he's the Texas Rattlesnake. But one thing that he isn't is my fucking uncle, that's for sure. So why did I tell Ricky that he was? Well, just because, of course. Why the hell not? And Randy was dumb enough to believe it in the first place. Wow, dude, Stone Cold's your uncle? Can I get an autograph? Well, yeah, Randy's my uncle, for Christ's sake. Hell, I could have him Stone Cold Stunner your dad if you wanted me to. So sure as hell the next day, I show up to class with a post-it note that has a very obviously forged Stone Cold Steve Austin autograph on it. It's obviously in my handwriting. Hell, it's probably misspelled on top of it. I gave that post-it note to Randy, and his ass almost cried in the classroom. Oh my God, I can't believe it! I'll cherish it always. And that is, well, that's the end of the story. I never told Randy the truth. Hell, his ass probably still has that fucking post-it note framed in his bedroom, for Christ's sake. My God, Stone Cold Steve Austin had terrible penmanship in the 90s. But that's just the type of shit that you did. You did things just to do them. Like another example. One time I was standing outside my house on a summer day, just doing kid shit, and I see that my next door neighbor Michael left his bike outside. So what do I decide to do? Well, I take his bike and I dip his handlebars in a big pile of dog shit. Now, why would I do something like that? Well, just because, of course. That and because Michael got my Vortex football stuck in a tree the week prior. In my mind, his ass deserved it. So a few minutes later, Michael comes outside and gets on his bike. I'm sitting in my front yard waiting for him to put his hand in dog shit and cry like a little girl. But to my surprise, Michael was such a dirty little bastard, his ass didn't even notice. All day long, he's riding throughout the neighborhood, totally oblivious to the shit smattered on his handlebars and his hands. Hey, why's that dirty little kid riding a girl's bike with one training wheel? I don't know, but he smells like a fucking porta potty, I tell you what. Hell, I even seen his ass eat an ice cream sandwich later that day, and I almost threw up in my mouth. This ice cream sandwich tastes like somebody's asshole. Oh well. Now, you had to be careful with the just because excuse, because just because could get you in trouble. Like, for example, one time when I was a kid, I was swinging a wiffle ball bat inside the house like an asshole. Why was I doing that? Well, just because. Goddamn, how many times I gotta say it? So imagine my surprise when the wiffle ball bat flings out of my hand like a fucking boomerang, and it smashes into a 7th grade picture of my sister hanging on the wall. Well, now what am I gonna do? What am I just gonna walk up to my parents like, hey, I was swinging a wiffle ball bat in the house just because, and I broke a bunch of shit? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do what any 8-year-old's gonna do. I'm gonna try to fix it myself. So I dump all the broken glass in the garbage can and just pray to God nobody's gonna notice a fucking picture frame with no glass in it. I put the wooden panels back together with masking tape and hang it back on the wall, but clearly that's not gonna cut it. It's not exactly inconspicuous, that's for sure. So I grab some crayons and I try to match the wood grain as best as possible. And I have to say I fucking Pablo Picasso'd that thing to perfection. Hell, I think it looked better than it did before I broke it. So I hang it back up on the wall, all confident in my handiwork, and I'll be damned, that picture
picture frame went unnoticed for like 8 years. It wasn't until one day my mom was walking through like, hey, what the? Is that masking tape? Hey, there's not even glass in this picture frame. And my ass, who was practically a grown man at this point, was like, oh yeah, I broke that thing when I was like 8 years old, swinging a wiffle ball bat in the house. Why were you swinging a wiffle ball bat in the house? Oh, I don't know. Just because, I guess. So I guess I owe my mom an apology for all the bullshit that I've done, and an apology to Randy for his fake-ass Stone Cold Steve Austin autograph, and hell, even an apology to Michael for, well, you know what? Fuck Michael. He lost my goddamn Vortex football in a tree. But anyways, the moral of the story is, the next time you're trying to figure out why your kid fucking dumped a bottle of nail polish in your driveway, or they duct taped a fucking G.I. Joe to your cat, just know they did it because, well, just because. The end.
brewstew.com.
Alright, now when I was a kid, I loved Halloween. You get to put on a costume, have strange men throw candy at you. What's not to love? You'd be sitting there in school, just waiting to get out of class so you could go trick-or-treating. I'm gonna eat so much candy tonight, I'm gonna be diabetic by tomorrow morning. So after school, all my friends would meet up at Michael's house. Michael's stepdad would be sitting there, talking shit about our costumes. What the hell are you supposed to be? Johnny Depp? Johnny Depp? No, I'm a goddamn vampire. Oh, what about your stupid friend there? What is he, some kind of cowboy pimp? No.
I'm the Macho Man Randy Savage.
All of a sudden, Michael walks in all dressed up. You guys like my sweet Montel Williams costume? God damn it, Michael. You've been Montel Williams the past 3 years. Get a new costume already. I'm not buying a new costume every year. What do I look like? I'm made of money? Besides, he likes being Montel Williams, don't you, Michael? Yeah, I'm a talk show host. Who wants a paternity test? So we head off to go trick-or-treating. My friend Steven looks like an idiot because it's 1997, and every goddamn kid in the neighborhood was the Scream Mask that year. Now, all of us had one goal in mind, and that was to get as much candy as possible. And Michael had the best strategy for getting the most candy. We'd go up to a house and he'd be like, trick or treat. Oh, and today's my birthday too. Oh, well, happy birthday. You get an extra piece of candy with your cute little Steve Harvey costume. Michael, what the hell? Your birthday's in August. Yeah, so what? If you lie to people, they give you more candy. So every house we went up to, Michael would just make something up. Trick or treat. I have lupus. Ah, sick. What the fuck, lupus? Here, take an extra piece of candy. God damn it, Michael, stop telling people you have lupus. Now, I didn't lie to people because, well, I'm not a piece of shit like Michael was, but I did get extra candy when people liked my costume. Oh, sweet, look, it's Johnny Depp. I love What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Here's an extra piece of candy. But then you'd have some houses that only passed out nasty candy that nobody liked. You guys like Smarties? I got some Mary Janes here. Anybody want those? No, I'll just take this dog turd in your yard instead. Thanks anyways. Because nobody wants to eat that shit. It's disgusting. You try to trade all your nasty candy to your friends. Anybody want to trade me for this box of Good and Plenty's? Michael, I'd rather eat out of somebody's asshole than eat a box of Good and Plenty's. Oh, come on, they're not that bad. Nobody wants your goddamn Good and Plenty's, Michael. I'd rather eat stuff under the kitchen sink than any of that black licorice bullshit. But the worst house on the street was this old lady that wouldn't pass out candy at all, but instead would give kids little orange Bibles to read. Do you got any Snickers instead? Would you rather have Snickers or be saved from eternal damnation? The Snickers. Yeah, we'll take the Snickers. My soul isn't worth a damn anyways. Now, we didn't want to just walk around our broke-ass neighborhood getting Mary Janes and Bibles all night, so we walked over to the rich neighborhood, where all the good stuff's at. Holy hell, look at the size of this house. Is this where Batman lives? What the hell are you guys supposed to be? The village people? I'll be whatever the hell you want me to be if you give me candy. They give us full-size candy bars and shit. We can't believe it. We're walking away mesmerized. This is amazing. They gave me a full-size Kit Kat bar and I didn't even have to take my clothes off. We all switch our costumes around, walk back up to the house and try to get another candy bar. You guys sure seem familiar. Oh yeah, I'm the Macho Man. Oh, and I have hepatitis too. Oh, sick. Get your hepatitis ass out of here. Finally, it's the end of the night. Our pillowcases are stuffed full. We're dragging them on the ground like we're trying to dispose of a dead body. We get back to Michael's house. His stepdad's over there half drunk. Well, goddamn, Elton John. That's a shit ton of candy you got there. Whoa, who gave you guys a full-size Kit Kat? They didn't make you guys take your shirt off for them, did they?
Oh, no, they didn't. Snap into a Slim Jim.
Well, Michael, your hyper ass ain't eating all this candy. I'm taking half of it. Oh, what? Are you serious? Damn right I'm serious. That's a stepdad tax. 50% of your candy. Don't be a baby. I left you all the good stuff anyways.
brewstew.com.
Alright, so over the summer, I had to fix a broken toilet. And if you never experienced the joy of fixing a toilet, well, buckle up, I'll tell you all about it. Now, this wasn't my personal toilet. It was my fiance's grandma's toilet. And poor grandma's toilet wasn't working right. Every time you flush it, the shit would come up instead of going down like it's supposed to. Now, what do I know about toilets? Well, I know how to take a shit in one, and that's about it. But I get the clever idea to go and try to fix this toilet. Even though they already tried to fix it themselves, they tried everything. They tried a plunger, a snake, they had a priest come over and bless the goddamn toilet. Let thy turds go downeth the hole. The only thing left was to get a plumber out there and take a look at it. But we can't have grandma shitting in a cardboard box waiting on some professional. I'll just go over there and do the best I can. Now, it's important to note that grandma isn't quite all there mentally. She's a few marshmallows short from a box of Lucky Charms, if you know what I'm saying. She didn't even know her toilet was broken to begin with. Toilet? What toilet? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot I had one of those. So I'm standing in her bathroom. I got my phone out Googling how to take apart a toilet because I'm stupid as hell. Step 1, drain the water from the toilet so you don't get water all over the place, you stupid idiot. Oh, okay, Google. I see what you're driving at. So I take a look in the toilet, and there's about 8 days worth of piss in there. Not to mention one single solitary turd floating around. And it's not just a little itty-bitty hamster turd in there. No, this thing's massive. Looks like a goddamn truck driver dropped this thing off after a buffet. I'm just standing there looking at it in shock. How the hell did grandma deliver this thing without a midwife? Look at this thing. God damn. I get back on my phone, get on Google. How to take apart a toilet when there's already shit in the toilet. It's slowly dawning on me that if I want this turd out of this toilet, I'm gonna have to do it myself. So I put on some rubber gloves, and I get a plastic bag to go over the gloves because at this point, there really can't be enough barriers between my hand and an old woman's turd. So there I am, scooping out this turd out of a toilet. I'm cradling it in my hand like I'm holding a goddamn baby bird. Because the last thing I want is this thing to break in half, and then I gotta do it all over again. Luckily, we took a video of that glorious day. So here you can see the face of a man that's got no dignity left. Absolutely none whatsoever. And here I go to scoop out the turd. Yeah, I had to blur out the turd like it's a suspect in an episode of Cops. I mean, it is human shit. A lot of people don't want to see that. If you look closely, the toilet bowl kind of looks like it's filled with Sunny Delight. That's not Sunny Delight. That's just what 8 days of piss looks like. What a time to be alive. So with turd in hand, I run out front and throw it in the garbage can in the street. The neighbors next door are sitting outside on their porch. Oh my God, did that guy just throw a turd in the garbage can? I don't know what to say to him, so I just wave at him with my shit-smeared glove hand. Wow, this neighborhood's really going to shit. Boy, that's for sure. I go back in the bathroom and I realize, oh yeah, I still got all this goddamn Sunny Delight in the toilet bowl to clean out. So I run to the kitchen and grab a soup ladle. And like some kind of shitty lunch lady, I scoop it all out into a bucket. Boy, my Saturday afternoon sure is going swell. I can't imagine it being any better at this point. Just then I look over and grandma's in the doorway with no pants on. I gotta use the potty right now. Holy hell. Get some pants on, grandma. The potty's not ready yet. God damn it. What is this, Pakistan? I can't even shit in my own house. So finally, I get everything scooped out and I take the bolts off the toilet and lift this big porcelain bastard up, and I just throw it in the bathtub. I didn't know what to do with it. I'm frustrated as hell. I've seen way too many half-naked old women today and held way too many goddamn turds in my hand. But now I got this hole in the ground that I have to investigate. What the hell am I gonna use for that? So back to the kitchen I go, this time for a pair of tongs, because I got no plumbing tools, so apparently I gotta fix this toilet with a bunch of fucking kitchen utensils. So with a pair of tongs, like a shitty lunch lady yet again, I reach into the hole and I pull out a shitty woven tapestry of baby wipes. Oh, god damn it, Grandma. Have you been wiping your ass with baby wipes? Well, I mean, yeah. What else am I supposed to use? Coffee filters? I look over the sink, and sure as hell, there's a pack of baby wipes on there. They got big-ass warning labels of toilets with fucking red crosses through them and shit. Don't flush down the toilet. You'll ruin your Saturday afternoon. Yeah, imagine that. God damn it. So in the end, I saved the day, and I fixed Grandma's toilet. Now, granted, she had a few ground rules now that she had to follow. All right, Grandma, rule number 1, no more goddamn baby wipes in the toilet. I'm not doing this again. And rule number 2, put some goddamn pants on.
brewstew.com. brewstew.com.
I loved wrestling when I was a kid. I loved it so much that when we were kids, we'd imitate it in my friend's front yard. Ugliest wrestling you'd ever see in your life. I was 9 years old. Everybody's kicking each other in the balls. We were legitimate, though. We weren't like those fucking hillbillies jumping off of their dad's garage into a baby pool. Everybody would have their own entrance music. Just have a little boombox out there playing your favorite Limp Bizkit song. I was a dickhead, though. I never wanted to wrestle anybody that was bigger than me. Just go around to the small kids. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna kick the shit out of you. And as for you, big fella, well, you're gonna be my tag team partner. That's what you're gonna do. We'd just be standing out there trying to do these complicated wrestling moves on each other. Hey, let me try something. That's all we ever said. Let me try something. Let me try a move that'll break your goddamn neck. Make you talk funny for the rest of your life. Yeah, how about you don't do that? Come on, I won't really do it. Like, I'm gonna fucking believe that. Yeah, you're not really gonna do it. It's a fucking choke slam. How the fuck are you not gonna really do it? You're gonna pick me up by my throat and slam me on the ground, Mike. I'm not stupid, alright? Everybody just wanted to be their favorite wrestler. It's all they wanted to be in life. Just go around saying WWF one-liners all day. Do you smell what the Rock is cooking, Mom? She'd be like, what? You better not be cooking anything. You're 9 years old. Get out of the kitchen. I don't know if you guys remember Rikishi, but he was the big fat guy. Go around sticking his ass in people's faces. That was his special move, which just so happened to be my friend Michael's special move. You'd be laying on the ground, hurt, crying. He'd go over there and rub his butt on you. We'd wrestle in the front yard, too, which had to be quite a sight for all the cars passing by. Oh my god, what are those kids doing? Hey, we're wrestling! That's wrestling? Yeah! I think so. That's what we did. Every day we'd be out there. Because there's nothing better than beating up your best friend and putting him in a haphazard figure four. Then you'd hoist that styrofoam championship belt you bought at Kmart over your head. And for one moment, you were the fucking man. Somebody cue the Limp Bizkit music. I'm the fucking champion of this yard.
Alright, now a lot of you may already know this, but I like to have a drink from time to time. And by all means, I'm no Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I like to think that I have a decent tolerance and I can hold my own. Now, of course, that's not always been the case. I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere, right? So today, I'm going to tell you about the first time that I got drunk. And of course, it's not a pretty story. It's a lot like everybody else's story about the first time they blacked out and made an ass of themselves. Oh God, the first time I got drunk, I puked in the bushes, broke up with my boyfriend, and then shat in my own bed. That's great, Aunt Carol. Can you pass the mashed potatoes, please? But I'm going to tell the story anyways because this is my shitty cartoon channel and I feel like telling it. But before I do that...
Brewstew Films does not condone binge drinking in any way, shape, or form. Alcohol is bad for you, it makes you smell like divorce, and it's the reason why your Uncle Rick sleeps on your couch.
Aw, god damn it. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's set the stage. It's roughly 10 years ago, and my roommate Brewer just turned 21 years old. And we're looking to celebrate. How are we gonna celebrate, you ask? Oh, we're gonna fucking drink like pirates, what do you think? But since we were both broke as hell back then, our options on alcohol were very limited. After all, your beer budget's pretty slim when you're having utilities shut off on a routine basis. So naturally, we got a case of the cheapest, shittiest beer we could find. No, even shittier than that. Shittier still, keep going. Whoa, way too far. No, we're not fucking animals, Jesus Christ. There, that's the one, perfect. So we have some friends over, we start drinking some beers and we're playing some cards. Well, imagine my surprise when I find out that I hate the taste of beer. I thought it was yucky back then, which was crazy to me because my ass grew up watching Stone Cold Steve Austin two-fist and cold ones every Monday night. How the hell could I not like beer? Maybe it tastes different if you drink it on top of a turnbuckle in your underwear, I don't know. But fortunately for me, Brewer didn't just get shitty beer to drink, he also got an equally shitty bottle of tequila. And we're talking bottom of the barrel stuff here. This ain't no Jose Cuervo, this is like Jose fucking hell the fuck no. This is a very unauthentic bottle of tequila. It's about as Mexican as my high school Spanish teacher and shit. Pico de Gallo. Por favor? Gracias. Now let me just say, learning how to drink on shitty tequila is a terrible idea. It's like trying to learn how to ride a bike as a kid on fucking Evel Knievel's rocket cycle. That wasn't gonna stop me because that night I was determined to get hammered. Do you guys dare me to take a shot for every hand that I lose? What? No, dude, that sounds like a terrible idea. Okay, do you double dare me? No, dude, are you fucking nuts? Okay, fine, I'll do it. I'll fucking do it, since you insist. Now, the name of the game that we were playing that night was euchre. And for those of you that don't know, euchre is a card game that we play out here in the Midwest. And euchre just so happens to pair very well with drinking copious amounts of alcohol. It's pretty much all we got to do out here in the Midwest. What can I say? But taking a shot for every hand that I lost in euchre was stupid as hell. I mean, for one, I blew ass at euchre. I had no business making that bet in the first place. And for two, since I never drank before, I had the alcohol tolerance of a fucking diabetic third grader. So throughout the night, I'm getting my ass kicked in, and I'm having to take shot after shot like I'm fucking Superman. Gulp, gulp. Oh god, it tastes like spicy piss. I hate it. And contrary to games like bowling or pool, I don't get better at euchre the more that I drink. I just get shittier and shittier and shittier. Halfway through, my liver's yelling at me from the inside and shit. Stop calling Trump when you're four-suited, you stupid asshole! Are you trying to ruin us? Well, needless to say, about an hour goes by, and all of a sudden I'm fucking drunker than a stepdad at a Little League game. Gulp, gulp. This doesn't taste like spicy piss anymore. This doesn't taste like anything anymore. So I stumble into the bathroom, and like a lot of people do their first time getting drunk, I look into the mirror, and I meet my drunk self for the first time. Whoa, wait a minute, who the hell are you? Oh, well, I'm the drunk you. That's who I am. I'm a lot like sober you, but shittier, louder, and sometimes I think I know how to dance. Oh, okie dokie then. Now at this point, things start to get a little hazy, because it's at this point your brain's like, hey, you can take it from here, right? I'm gonna run down to the store and get a pack of smokes. Try not to fuck yourself up too bad, okay? Now, the last thing that I distinctly remember from that night was playing WrestleMania on the Nintendo 64, which everybody knows is the greatest wrestling game known to man. But since I'm drunker than a sophomore on prom night, Brewer is just beating my ass, which goes to show how drunk I was because Brewer sucks ass at WrestleMania. I was Stone Cold Steve Austin, for Christ's sake. He's over there beating my ass with the Blue Meanie of all people. But regardless, what happened after our little WrestleMania match, I couldn't tell you because, well, I wasn't there. I mean, sure, I was there physically, but my brain was off getting a pack of Marlboro Reds, remember? But according to everybody's testimony the next day, apparently I stood up on the couch and yelled something to the effect of, fuck the Blue Meanie. You guys want to see me do a drop kick for real? And then to nobody's amusement, I did a haphazard missile drop kick into the air and totally obliterated my shitty end table that I made in woodshop. Now that everybody's staring at me like I just ruined Christmas, I decided to do my finishing move. And that, of course, is where I throw up on the floor like a newborn baby. Blah. Oh, sick! What kind of circus shit is going on here? And just when you think I couldn't possibly make an ass of myself anymore, I fucking stick my hand in my own puddle of throw up. Now why the hell would I do something like that? Well, again, I have no idea. I wasn't there. But I think I was just trying to make sure that it was all real. Like there was no way that I did that. This isn't my puke, is it? It doesn't feel like my puke. Well, it's at this point that everybody's just about finished with my fucking theatrics. So they cart me away, take me to bed like I'm a child. But just before they close my door, my drunk ass has the audacity to wish Brewer one final happy birthday. Hey, happy birthday. Blech. Oh, God. The next morning, I wake up with what I would call a hangover from hell. My mouth tastes like the inside of a porta potty. My head feels like it was shoved up an asshole of some sort. I stumble out to the living room that now looks like a fucking crime scene from an episode of Law & Order, and I'm totally baffled. Whoa, what happened? Who the hell broke my end table? I got a B- on that goddamn thing. You did, you stupid drunk idiot! And then you fucking played patty cake with your puddle of puke like some kind of sick asshole. So needless to say, the moral of this story is pretty simple. Number one, don't drink a bunch of shitty tequila like it's the end of the world. Number two, don't make shitty bets on euchre when you suck ass at euchre. And number three, don't put your hand in your own throw up like some kind of drunk animal and ruin the whole goddamn birthday party. The end.
brewstew.com.
Alright, now every young man remembers certain firsts that occur in their life. Your first broken bone? Dare me to jump off the garage? Yeah, do it! Your first physical at the doctor's office? And now I'm gonna feel your balls, and it's gonna get really weird. Turn and cough, please. But everybody tends to remember their first kiss. And the story starts with me staying the night at my friend Michael's house. And before you get ahead of yourself, no, my first kiss wasn't with Michael. I'd rather eat the crumbs out of Rosie O'Donnell's belly button than do something like that. So anyways, I was staying the night at Michael's house. And staying the night at Michael's house sucks ass for a couple of reasons. For one, we always had to stay up in his room all night because his stepdad would be downstairs in his underwear watching hockey, getting mad at the TV. Oh, what kind of Mighty Duck bullshit was that? God damn it, Emilio Estevez. And two, Michael didn't have anything to do in his room. He had like a dirty mattress in the corner, some TV from the 1950s. Holy hell, what am I in a third world country? Michael, it's like a Turkish prison in this place. Where's all your stuff at? My stepdad sold all my stuff for Marlboro Reds and Natural Light, but I do got this sweet paint roller. What the hell are we gonna do with a paint roller, Michael? Don't you guys have a Sega Genesis downstairs? Let's go sneak down there and get it. I don't know, the last time I snuck downstairs, my stepdad stepdad took my paint roller away. Forget about the goddamn paint roller, Michael. Autistic kids play with paint rollers, for Christ's sake. Let's go downstairs and get your Sega. So we try to sneak down there. We don't even get to the bottom of the stairs before we get caught. What the hell do you think you guys are doing? It's a goddamn power play right now. The last thing I need is a couple of 8-year-old Oshkosh bagosh wearing assholes down here. So back to the Turkish prison we go, aka Michael's bedroom. Now Michael also had a sister, and she was upstairs in the room next to his. Now she was no Topanga from The Boy Meets World, but she was a year older than I was, which meant she was sophisticated. She didn't like Polly Pocket. She liked Buffy the Vampire Slayer and shit like that. Well, she comes over to Michael's room and she's like, what are you guys doing in here? Oh, nothing. Just, fucking off with this paint roller. What are you doing? So the three of us hang out in Michael's room. We actually end up having a pretty good time. We stayed up most of the night talking about all the stupid shit that Michael did when he was younger. Remember when I dressed you up like a girl and made you marry the dog? No, I don't remember that at all. Oh, well, here's a picture of it. What a beautiful wedding. You were so pretty. All right, that's enough of that. Now, throughout the night, I could have swore that Michael's sister was making the moves on me. Now, I'm no Pierce Brosnan, but she'd be sitting next to me and she'd be like, you know, sometimes I see you outside, and the way you hit a wiffle ball, you're like a white Sammy Sosa. Thank you. I see the way you sing your Spice Girls songs, and you're like a less cracked out Whitney Houston. I look over to Michael, and he's passed out on the floor, holding the paint roller like a teddy bear. I look back, and Michael's sister just leans over and kisses me. Now, I can't tell you what it feels like getting your first kiss as a kid, but I can tell you that the song Getting Jiggy With It by Will Smith was playing in my head the entire time. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Getting jiggy with it.
Just make sure you don't tell anybody that we kissed, okay? All right, no problem. So the next day, I tell all my friends, naturally, hey, Michael, guess whose mouth was all over your sister last night? What? I said I kissed your sister last night while you were spooning with that goddamn paint roller. You did what? Oh, man, that's crazy. I kissed her before, too. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, one time I gave her a Jolly Rancher, and she just started licking my face and shit. Oh, god damn it. Your sister's a slut. Me and David high-five each other. Michael's face looks like he just shit his pants. Tommy's over there digging through his pockets looking for a Jolly Rancher. So it turns out that just about everybody in the neighborhood was getting jiggy with Michael's sister. She was like a game of t-ball. Everybody gets a turn and nobody strikes out. You just had to make sure that you went to the clinic afterwards and made sure you were clean. Nope, no mouth herpes for you, but we should do another physical to make sure. Drop those pants and turn and cough.
brewstew.com.
Alright, now since Father's Day is right around the corner, I figured I'd tell a story that happened on Father's Day a few years ago. And this is a story that I really don't want to tell because, well, it's pretty damn embarrassing, but that's never stopped me before, so here we go. So a few years ago, my parents decided to have a barbecue in their backyard for Father's Day. And of course, being the good son that I am, I show up and I give my dad a present. And that year just so happened to be front row tickets to see the Tigers lose to the Yankees. And overall, this cookout was going pretty well. I'm over there mingling with a couple of my parents' friends. So what is it that you do for a living? I, make shitty cartoons about my life and then put them on YouTube. Oh, I see, so you're unemployed. That's pretty neat. But things start taking a turn for the worse when my dad starts making cocktails for the party. Some rum and cokes, if you will. And how my dad makes a rum and coke is, he pours a half a liter of rum into the biggest cup he can find, and then he waves an unopened bottle of Coca-Cola over it like a magic wand. Or at least that's what it seemed like because these goddamn drinks were strong as hell. And he was using some cheap-ass rum on top of it. He wasn't using Captain Morgan. Hell, he wasn't using Admiral Nelson either. I don't know what rank the goddamn pirate was on the bottle, but I can tell you it wasn't very high. It was probably something like, just got on the boat, Jerry. Rum that'll be sure to put your dick in the dirt. So I'm indulging myself, but every time I finish a drink, my dad makes me another one. And every new drink that he gives me is bigger than the last one. Hey, you want your next drink in a salad bowl or this 5-gallon bucket? Hell, I could inflate a baby pool and just dump it in there if you want. So 2 hours later, all of a sudden, I'm drunker than 10 stepdads put together. Now, just how drunk was I? Well, I can tell you that at some point in the middle of the cookout, I got a random nosebleed, and my drunk ass didn't realize it until somebody was like, hey, you idiot, your fucking face is bleeding. Now, this part of the story gets a little hazy since just got on the boat Jerry's been kicking my dick in all afternoon, but according to my parents' testimonial the next day, apparently I walked into their bathroom, bled all over the place like a wounded animal, somehow broke their goddamn sink off the wall, and then strolled out like nothing ever happened while their bathroom looked like a goddamn homicide scene. I walk into the backyard with a wad of toilet paper crammed up up my nose, covered in blood. Everybody's looking at me like I just left the scene of a fucking car accident. I go to sit down on a chair that apparently didn't exist, and I bust my ass in front of the whole backyard. Well, I bet he doesn't make a shitty YouTube cartoon about this. I bet you I will, goddammit! Holy hell, did somebody slip him a roofie or what? We need to get his goofy ass out of here. So my dad has to drive me home that day and drop me off like it's my first day of school and shit. So, thanks for making an ass of yourself in front of all my friends. Oh, and thanks for the tire tickets, too. So now it's 4 in the afternoon. I'm passed out in my bed, all stepdad drunk. But all of a sudden I wake up and I realize that I have to take a piss. But I'm pretty sure if I stand up, I'll either throw up or I'll shit my pants. Probably both if we're honest with each other. So in a last ditch effort, I roll to my side, unzip my pants, and I piss onto my bed. I'm not sure what my logic was, but somehow that was a better option than pissing in my pants. As if I could explain to myself later like, oh no, you didn't piss the bed, you pissed onto your bed. And that's better, somehow, I think. So I fall back asleep on my now piss-stained mattress, and I don't wake up again until 9 o'clock at night. And let me tell you, I felt like death. I felt like somebody murdered me and then brought me back to life and then took a piss on me to top it all off. And at first, it didn't even register what I had just done. Hell, it all felt like a dream to me. Surely I didn't whip my dick out and piss onto my own bed. Why would I do such a thing? But if that was all just a dream, I had quite a few things to explain. Like why all my bed sheets were all wet. Or why my whole bedroom smelled like a goddamn porta potty. Or you know, why my dick was still out because I never bothered to zip back up. Oh, god damn it, I did piss onto my own bed. What am I, some kind of wild animal? So needless to say, I took a shower that night, and I also took a long, hard look at my life. Nobody will ever know that this happened. I will never, ever tell this story to anybody. So happy Father's Day out there to all the dads and stepdads. And remember, the moral of the story is, don't slam down a bunch of bottom shelf booze on Father's Day, because you'll probably piss on your own bed like a wild animal. The end.
brewstew.com. brewstew.com.
The last thing I wanted as a kid was a big-ass pair of glasses hanging off my face. Which is unfortunate when you just so happen to be blind as shit as a kid. I was so blind, you know the big E on the seeing eye charts? Yeah, I couldn't even see that bitch. Be playing Little League as a kid, be all the way out in the outfield, couldn't see shit. Be like, hey guys, are we still playing? And school was even worse. The teacher would be like, do all these math problems on the chalkboard. And of course, I'm sitting 100,000 miles away, practically in the fucking hallway. Like, there's a chalkboard in here? My parents would take me to the doctor and they'd be like, our kid keeps running into walls. We think he's autistic? And the doctor's like, well, he's not autistic. He just can't fucking see anything. Why doesn't he have glasses yet? And I was like, shut your mouth, old man. I don't want any of these goddamn glasses. When they'd test our vision in school, I would just wait and have a bunch of kids go ahead of me and just memorize what they would say when they'd read off the chart. Next person. EZYXWVUT. Boom. You can all suck it. I can see just fine. The chart's over there. So I go to the shitty-ass eye doctor, and if you've never been to the eye doctor before, then you don't know what hell on earth is. And one of the first tests they put you through is for glaucoma. And the doctor's like, just put your chin up on this machine here, and we're gonna shoot a little puff of air into your eyeball. Okay, you'll barely feel anything. All right, let's do the next eye. And then they throw their torture chamber device on your head, start making you read stuff. All right, tell me what you see. Like, well, I still don't fucking see anything, but I feel obligated to at least make a guess, like I'm playing some shitty carnival game. Like they're gonna give me an oversized stuffed gorilla if I get them all right. I'm like, M, a lowercase q, the @ symbol, a Goomba from Super Mario World. How am I doing, Doc? You got them all right. No, not even close. I was clearly blind as shit. So they put me out in the waiting room, and I'm looking at all these frames on the wall, and I'm thinking, well, if I gotta wear glasses, I might as well go for the Jeff Goldblum look, because he was fly as shit. And the doctor's like, easy there, sonny. Your family's insurance only covers these frames. And he points to one lonely shelf. It's filled with the most hideous glasses you've ever seen in your life. Ones with double bridge frames in there, so your glasses won't break when the kids throw rocks at you. Glasses that would be bigger than kids' book bags at school. I can't feel my nose. Well, that's because your fucking glasses are 14 pounds. I'm like, oh, thanks a lot, Doc. I said Jeff Goldblum, not fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm not wearing these glasses, Mom and Dad. I'm gonna get kicked in the balls. Zachary gets kicked in the balls every day at school. Fuck that. I'll keep catching baseballs with my face before that happens. My parents are over there trying to make me feel better. Well, you definitely look a lot smarter. No, I look like I'm gonna get my ass beat at school is what I look like, Mom. But I did wear them outside of school because it was actually pretty nice to see things every once in a while. Everything didn't look like Nintendo 64 graphics anymore. Everything's so vivid. I didn't even recognize my friends the first time I seen them again. Man, you guys look different. We're in the car ride home. I'm looking out the window, reading everything that I can. That sign says stop. That sign says speed limit 25. That sign says shut the fuck up. Okay, we get it. You can see again, telescope eyes. It's no big deal. Why don't you go read yourself a book with your Judge Judy looking ass.
All right. Now, when I was growing up, the internet was still very much in its infancy. Being a kid at that time, I had no idea what the internet even was. What? The internet? Who the hell's the internet? It wasn't until one day I was in school in the computer lab, and I watched a kid bypass the firewall and look up cheat codes for the Sony PlayStation. Well, holy hell, after that, I was hooked. I mean, sure, it was dial-up back then, and it took 47 minutes to navigate 3 web pages, but I'll be damned, that kid unlocked Sweet Tooth on Twisted Metal 2. If that's what the internet had to offer, sign me up. So I start hoarding all those AOL trial CDs that they'd send you in the mail like some kind of maniac. I got 40,000 hours of free internet, nothing can stop me now. But that didn't make a difference because our computer at home was old as hell. I mean, the thing was built when the fucking Flock of Seagulls were popular. Didn't have a web browser or Microsoft Paint or that sweet-ass Space Cadet pinball game that everybody blew ass at. No, there's just a fucking DOS prompt screen blinking you in the face. Nobody in my whole household knows how to use the damn thing. How do I make the fun things pop up on the screen? Oh, I don't know. What the fuck do I look like, a scientist? I'm afraid of that goddamn thing. Turn it off. So for the most part, our computer was just stuck in the corner of our dining room, basically a piece of furniture at this point. Well, damn, looks like I don't get the internet after all. But that's alright because my friend David had a computer, and unlike my Flock of Seagull piece of shit, his was made much more recently, like circa Lou Bega Mambo number 5 time.
The trumpet!
And what was even better is his ass had Roller Coaster Tycoon. And back then, Roller Coaster Tycoon was bigger than Bill Clinton. Everybody in the goddamn neighborhood would go over to David's house and play Roller Coaster Tycoon. Hell, David didn't even exist to us as a person back then. We'd all be hanging out in the front yard like, hey, wanna go over to Roller Coaster Tycoon's house? Oh, you bet your ass I do. Hey, do you guys want to go jump on the trampoline or something? No, piss off, we're drowning people in the lake and shooting people off the shuttle loop. But as great as Roller Coaster Tycoon was, it was a total game changer when David's mom got dial-up internet at his house. And I remember that weekend very vividly, because that was the weekend that me and Michael stayed the night at David's house and pirated a bunch of music off the internet. As soon as David's mom went to bed, David looked at us and was like, have you guys ever heard of Napster.com? Napster.com? What the hell's that? What if I told you that we could have, in our possession, every Limp Bizkit and Weird Al Yankovic song known to man? Get the fuck out of here. Even the Nookie? Yes, even the Nookie. Oh my god. I can't fucking believe it. So our asses hop on David's blazing fast 96K modem. Holy hell, why does your computer sound like fucking R2-D2 having a stroke? Oh, that's just the sound the internet makes. What the hell is that, the Russians? Are the Russians attacking? Now, our little asses stole so much music that night, Metallica to this day is probably still looking for a kid in a Scottie Pippen jersey to serve a subpoena to. And sure, it took 45 minutes for a single song to download, but that didn't keep us from downloading like every WWF entrance music known to man.
The Rock says.
What a glorious time it was. And I wish it would have stayed that way. But things decide to get a little weird when Michael decides to log into an AOL chat room. I know what you're thinking. What's the worst that could happen with a bunch of children talking to a bunch of random strangers on the internet at 3 in the morning? Well, let me tell you. First off, Michael does what any 8-year-old would do on the internet. He tells everybody that he's a 22-year-old woman. Fuck it, why not? Let's go for it. I'm a 22-year-old big booty woman, and I'm looking for big booty bitches to talk to. Michael, what the fuck are you doing? I'm trying to talk to big booty bitches. What does it look like? I think it's safe to say that nobody was fooled in that chat room. I mean, for one, you got Michael's broken ass 2nd grade spelling. And for two, we're under David's mom's screen name. And that math sure as hell doesn't add up. Boy, this Butterfly Kisses 1964 either sucks at math or is a fucking 2nd grader. I guess I'll take my chances. So So all of a sudden, we start getting instant messages left and right. David starts freaking out at this point. Dude, just turn it off. My mom's gonna kill us. No way, dude. I'm talking to big booty bitches. Look at this chick's trying to send me a picture right now. We look over, and sure as hell, there's a picture slowly loading. Y'all ready to see some big booty bitches or what? Well, finally, this picture loads, and it's safe to say it's not a big booty bitch. Instead, it's a grown-ass man licking a fucking egg beater. Ah, sick, what the hell is that? Turn it off, turn it off! Now, to this day, I have no idea who that guy was or what kind of fucking weird fetish he had with his kitchen. All I knew is that I was done with the internet for the night. Okay, that's enough of that shit. You wanna go play Sony PlayStation? Yeah, let's go play Sony PlayStation. And that was the end of it. Or at least that was the end of it for me and David. Michael, on the other hand, decided to keep on exploring the wondrous wonders of the World Wide Web. Who knows what the hell that 8-year-old was exposed to that night? All I know is the next morning, we're sitting there eating toaster strudels. Michael's over there looking like he just fucking stormed the beaches of Normandy. Do you guys know if it's possible to unsee things that you've already saw? I have so many questions and so few answers. Well, imagine our surprise when David's mom gets up and she sees a bunch of pop-ups littered all over a computer screen. Boys, get your asses in here right now. Why does my computer have AIDS all of a sudden? And who Googled big booty bitches 47 times?
brewstew.com. brewstew.com.
When I was in 4th grade, my school had a bomb threat. I guess somebody just called the office and was like, Hey, I got a bomb! And I'm gonna blow this mother up, you better watch it! Which is not something a lot of elementary schools like to hear. And I can remember just sitting there in the morning, just daydreaming about whatever 4th graders daydream about. I wonder if the Red Power Ranger could beat up my dad. And our teacher gets off the phone with the office, and he's like, All right, everybody just calm down. There's a little bit of confusion in the building, but I'm sure everything will be just fine.
Oh my God, there's a bomb in the building! We're all gonna die!
Any questions? So, at this point, you could practically smell all the poop in everybody's pants. We got kids raising their hands, asking questions. Mr. Jones, do you think it'll hurt when we get blown up into a million tiny pieces? And I didn't really know what to expect at first. You know, I'm 9 years old. I'm picturing like an old-fashioned bowling ball bomb from old cartoons. I'm going around checking the fucking coat room like, it's probably that goddamn Miner 49er. He keeps giving Scooby-Doo a lot of troubles. And at this point, everybody's talking about this bomb threat. We're on the goddamn news. We got teachers on top of the building doing smoke signals. And all of a sudden, I realize everybody's parents are picking them up from school. Kids are disappearing left and right all around me. And I'm sitting there like, man, I got a sneaking suspicion I'm gonna get fucked here. Where the hell are my parents at? Well, my dad's probably at work, but my mom's probably in the living room right now doing fucking aerobics. Just totally oblivious to the shit that's going down right now. Meanwhile, the goddamn Goodyear blimps circling around the city, letting everybody know that their kids are about to get blown up to smithereens. So I figured, to hell with it. I'm just gonna leave. There's a goddamn bomb in the building, who cares? Where the hell do you think you're going? I figured I'd just take off. Oh, no you don't! Did your parents sign a permission slip for you to leave? No, but I'm pretty sure they didn't sign one for me to get blown the fuck up either. So I'm stuck there, and an hour goes by, and there's 4 of us left in the entire 4th grade. We got Weirdo Julie, Christopher, the biggest idiot in the school, Attention Deficit Zachary, and of course myself. Just what I was hoping for today. Hanging out with a team of mutants and a slight chance of getting murdered. Sweet. We're all just staring at each other. Hey, why are you still here? Probably because my parents don't love me. What about you? So since they can't let us go home, they just keep us in this room and they put on a movie. Oh, sweet, we get to sit here and watch fucking All Dogs Go to Heaven. Yeah, I'm sure that'll take my mind off of death. Mr. Jones, I got a question. I know all dogs go to heaven, but do all 4th graders go too?
Oh, Chris. I guess we'll find out soon enough now, won't we? Now shut up, you're scaring the shit out of all your friends.
This was by far the longest day of my 9-year-old life. I spent the whole day just sitting there, writing my last will and testament. Alright, I'll leave my sweet Barry Sanders poster to David, and my holographic Charizard will go to Fuck it. Nobody's getting my goddamn Charizard. I'm gonna get buried with that son of a bitch. When I finally got home from school, my parents still didn't know what the hell was going on. Hey, guess where I've been all goddamn day? At school? Well, yeah, but you're lucky I didn't get my ass blown up by a bomb in class. What are you talking about? Oh no, fuck you guys. I'm gonna go in my room and watch Speed Racer until I feel like coming back out. Why don't you go jazzercise some more, Mom, with your unassuming ass?
All right, when I was a kid, Blockbuster was a special place to me. It wasn't just an abandoned building where people shoot smack at like it is today. No, back then it was a haven for all your video game and movie rental needs. Now, my family didn't have a lot of money when I was growing up, so when we went to Blockbuster, it was a huge deal. I'd be like, holy hell, we're going to Blockbuster? What is it, my birthday? Did we put our house up for a second mortgage? What the hell's the occasion, Mom and Dad? It was like a mini vacation for me. I'd like get my picture taken there and make like a photo album. My vacation to Blockbuster. Here's me and the cashier. Here's the parking lot. Here's the syringe I found in the parking lot. Now, my most memorable visit to Blockbuster had to be the time that I got
Pokemon Stadium for the Nintendo 64.
I remember my friend Michael telling me about this Pokemon Stadium game. Dude, it looks so real. I thought a goddamn Charizard was gonna hop out of the screen and snatch up my little sister. Wow. I was like, hell yes, give me some of that shit. Because this was a big deal. It's Pokemon in 3D, for Christ's sake. This was right around the time where kids were selling their bodies on the street for Pokemon cards. So, a few days later, a Christmas miracle happens, and we got to go to Blockbuster. So we pull up, I get out of the car, I'm prancing through the parking lot like a Las Vegas showgirl, and I waltz into the video game section, and of course, every goddamn copy of that Pokemon Stadium's gone. There's like a tumbleweed bouncing across the floor, and I'm like, god damn it, I'm gonna get stuck with Pilot Wing 64 or some shit like I always do. Nobody wants to play Pilot Wings, what the hell is that shit? But on that day, the Lord Almighty decided to throw me a bone. Let the boy have his Pokemon! I check up front to see if, on the off chance, a copy might have been returned and not put on the shelf yet, and lo and behold, there it was. Boom, I got it, score. But we're not out of the woods yet, because now I gotta listen to my dad argue with the cashier about our triple-digit late fees that we've acquired over the years, because my dad never returned anything on time. We'd have movies out for weeks, they'd have like my dad's picture hanging on the wall, you'd have to like sneak in wearing disguises and shit.
Yeah, it says you guys had Chitty Chitty Bag for, 36 days.
Okay, look, I'll give you $2 to put towards the late fee, alright? That's all I got.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do better than that.
Oh, for Christ's sake, what do you got in your pockets? I got a Skittle. $2 and a Skittle, how about that?
Well, if that's all you guys can pay, you're gonna have to pick something a little shittier to rent, okay? You got Pokemon Stadium here. I mean, that's Pokemon in 3D, for Christ's sake. I can rent you like a Steven Seagal movie. Or this one, Air Bud plays racquetball.
Oh, you can kiss my ass with Air Bud. I'm not getting an Air Bud movie, you hear me? So somehow, my dad talked our way into getting Pokemon Stadium that night. It might have been through sheer violence. I don't know. I don't remember. But I did get it. I do remember sitting in the back seat, spazzing out like an idiot. Holy hell, I can't wait to get home and fight my fake animals against each other. I got home, and I played that game for like 16 hours straight. I didn't eat. I was like shitting in a bucket in my room. Like I said, it's Pokemon in 3D. What a time to be alive. So a week goes by, and I still have the game. Now, either my dad forgot to take the game back, or he just didn't care. Probably both, if we're honest with each other. Either way, I wasn't telling him. I was gonna ride this wave for as long as I could. Another week goes by, and then a month goes by. Eventually, we get a letter in the mail from Blockbuster, and they're all like, hey, you better give us our shit back, or we're gonna do something about it. Now, what that something is, I have no idea. They're gonna send a SWAT team to my house in the middle of the night, try to steal the game back. Where is it? Where's that Pokemon Stadium for the Nintendo 64? Did you hide it in one of your Furbies? Cut open the Furby. My dad comes in my room like, hey, do you got a game from Blockbuster here? Some, Pokemon Stadium? What is it? Poketron Stadium? What the hell is it called? And I'm like, yeah, Dad, I've had it since like the 4th grade. I don't even know where it's at right now. I think you've been using it as a coaster for your beer the past couple weeks. I didn't really know what we were supposed to do at this point. We've had the game so long. Do we just drop it off in the middle of the night like we're abandoning a baby at a fire station? But to my surprise, my dad's like, oh well, to hell with it. Looks like we're keeping it. I was like, oh, hell yeah! We high-fived, confetti flew from the ceiling. Looks like I got a Pokemon Stadium for practically nothing. Years went by, and I kept that game. And you know what Blockbuster decided to do about it? Nothing. They closed. Netflix assassinated it. I still got that Pokemon Stadium. Now, sure, I guess we practically stole the game if you look at it that way, but I don't care. I'd do it again. And you know why? Because it's Pokemon in 3D, for Christ's sake. How many times I gotta tell you?
brewstew.com.
Just wanted to give a quick shout out to Mustache Wax. He helped me out on this video. Very funny channel, very underrated too. He's let me do a few voices on a couple of his videos. Plus his animation doesn't look like a bunch of garbage like mine does, so go check him out. Alright, being poor sucks. I wouldn't recommend being poor. I've been poor for most of my life. I've been living on my own since I was 17 years old. And when I was 17, I lived with my roommate Brewer in a duplex. Now that right there should give you an idea of how much money we had. We couldn't even rent a whole house. We rented half a house. Our landlord's like, you guys get the top part, this random stranger gets the bottom part, you guys share a basement and make awkward conversation from time to time. You got it? Alright, cool. And let me say, our asses were broke living in that duplex. I was so broke, if I found a nickel on the ground, I wouldn't just put it in my pocket. I'd bust out my wallet and put that baby in there nice and secure. You're not going anywhere. I could buy a half a Tootsie Roll with you, and there's nothing quite like being hungry and having no money. We'd just be sitting there sometimes. Well, we have no money until we get paid on Friday. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Ah, well, looks like we're fucked. Well, we had a good run. I guess it's time to kill ourselves. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. What's the cheapest way to not feel hungry when you have no money? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's going to sleep. Just take your ass to bed. You can't feel hungry when you're asleep, now can you? It's like using a cheat code. All right, I'm going to sleep for the next 3 days until we get paid again. Wake me up when we can eat. There's one time we scavenged the whole house, checking underneath all the furniture for any loose change, and somehow we managed to scrape together a decent amount of money, and we were able to buy a whole box of Hamburger Helper. Oh yeah, we're going to eat good tonight. We're at the grocery store, frolicking down the aisle. We're dumping all our change on the counter, like the cashier just hit a jackpot on a slot machine. We get home, and Brewer decides to cook this Hamburger Helper in what looks like the oldest, most decrepit pan I've ever seen in my life. It's got rust marks on it. It's all crusty and shit. This damn thing looked like he salvaged it from the Titanic. He serves it up, and there's like these black speckles mixed in the food. And I'm like, what is this, pepper? Did you put pepper in this? No, it wasn't pepper. Spoiler alert. It was like the metal coating on the pan that scraped off, mixed in with the food. Oh, well, that's gross. What are we supposed to do now? Well, I'll tell you what we did. We ate it anyways. Not much of a choice there now, was it? This tastes like soot and metal. Yeah, it sure does. There'd be people on Fear Factor that wouldn't even eat this shit, and we're over here getting seconds. It's really not that bad if you close your eyes and try to think of something else. And if we weren't worried about food being on the table, we definitely were worried about getting utilities shut off every month. You'd get a disconnection notice in the mail for the gas, for the electric, for goddamn utilities you didn't even know existed. You get a knock on the door. Yeah, hi, Oxygen Company. We're here to shut your shit off. Oxygen Company? What the hell? Bring in the vacuum! We had our gas shut off for a whole summer one time. No more warm showers, no more dryer. That gas oven in your kitchen? Well, that just turned into extra counter space. That's what that is. We're not paying the gas bill. What are you, crazy? Most people like having a functioning oven in their kitchen, you know. Some people even see it as a necessity. But us, no, we didn't need that gas oven. We just got an electric toaster oven and put it right on top of our old oven. There we go, problem solved. Now we can make our Tostinos pizzas again. We had our water shut off for a week one time. Guess what? Now you got no working toilet. Where are you supposed to shit now, smarty pants? If you have ever had the joy of having your water shut off, then you know that you have one remaining flush in that tank on your toilet. You better make it count. So let's do some quick poop math. You could probably take like 4 shits in that thing and maybe like, I don't know, 20 pisses before things start breaking the crest of the rim. So everybody in the house rushes to go to the bathroom like it's the last helicopter out of Vietnam. Everybody get in here! We're making the most out of this last flush. Now you can still use your toilet if you dump some water bottles in the tank. Manufacture your own flush there. One time I didn't have any water bottles, but I did have an old 2-liter of flat Mountain Dew sitting there in the kitchen, and I got to thinking, that'll work, right? Why wouldn't it? So there I am, dumping Mountain Dew into a toilet tank so I can poop in it. It was probably at this moment in my life where I was like, man, I should really get my life sorted out. This is not how I pictured my life to be. And while we're on this subject of pooping when you're poor, what are you supposed to wipe with when you got 3 nickels in your wallet? Because toilet paper, sure as shit, is a luxury at that point in your life. I've wiped my ass with so many different substances from not having proper toilet paper, I could write a book on it. How to poop when you're poor. What to wipe with, what to flush with. I'm talking McDonald's napkins, coffee filters. You start looking at how fluffy the cat is, thinking, you know what? It's a possibility if worse comes to worse. The cat's hiding under the couch and shit. It knows something's up. You're not wiping with me, buddy. No siree. But having the water or the gas shut off, that wasn't that big of a deal to us. We can deal with that. We'll make do. But where I draw the line is the internet. We tried to pay that bill as best we could. But no matter how hard we'd try, we still got our internet shut off probably about 15 times. You'd be sitting there one day trying to log into your MySpace, and you get one of these bad boys pop up on your browser. Oh, god damn it. We don't have any internet. What is this, Pakistan? How am I supposed to switch around my MySpace top 8? I still have Tom in there, for Christ's sake. Everybody's gonna think I'm some kind of loser. I will gladly shit in some Mountain Dew, but I will be damned if I don't have any internet.
brewstew.com.
Alright, you remember when you were a kid and you'd camp in your own backyard like an idiot? Well, I do because I did it all the time. But it wasn't in my backyard. We would always camp out behind my next door neighbor Michael's house instead. And one night in particular, we pitched a tent in his backyard, and we were all set to experience the wild, wild wilderness of a northwestern Ohio neighborhood. Now, this little camping trip sucked ass for a couple of reasons. For one, the only thing Michael brought to eat was a goddamn box of croutons. And for two, the only game that we had to play was the game Guess Who. And playing Guess Who with Michael sucked ass because he'd always ask stupid questions all the time. Does your person look like my Uncle Bob? Michael, I never met your Uncle Bob. How the hell should I know? Oh, okay. Is your person Jewish? So after a few hours of eating croutons and me absolutely destroying Michael at Guess Who, we go to sleep. But we don't sleep for long because all of a sudden, something starts rummaging outside in Michael's backyard. Now, us being dumbass, vulnerable children, we were a little apprehensive. Michael, go out there and see if there's like a kidnapper out there trying to have their way with us. Why do I have to do it? Because nobody's gonna be able to tolerate your ass long enough to kidnap you in the first place, that's why. Oh, okay, good point. So Michael goes out there to investigate. Meanwhile, I'm in the tent listening for sounds of Michael being murdered in case I have to make a clean getaway. All of a sudden, Michael leaps back into the tent and starts freaking out. There's a Wolverine in our garbage can. There's a what? A goddamn Wolverine, and it's super pissed off. Michael, there is not a Wolverine in your garbage can. Wolverines live in like Alaska or some shit. I stick my head out of the tent to try to see what the hell Michael's babbling about, but it's like 10 o'clock at night and I can't see a damn thing. I got an idea. Maybe if I make animal noises, it'll scare it off. Michael, what the fuck kind of animal noise is that? It's a Wolverine. That's what Wolverines sound like, isn't it? There's probably people walking down the street and shit. Oh, what the hell is that, a Wolverine? I thought those things were in like Alaska or some shit. So now we both decide to venture outside to see what's going on. And I'm not gonna lie, part of me was like, what if dumbass Michael's right? What if somehow a Wolverine pranced his ass all the way down from Alaska just to murder us in our sleep? Maybe we should grab something to protect ourselves, you know, just in case. So there we are, grabbing whatever we can find in Michael's backyard. Michael's over there with a wiffle ball bat. I got a goddamn Undertaker action figure to defend myself. We get closer to the garbage cans, and we figure out that it is indeed not a Wolverine. It's a goddamn possum.
I'm a possum. Blah.
Ah, sick! Michael, that's a goddamn possum, not a Wolverine. So I huck this Undertaker action figure at it like it's a goddamn throwing knife. It bounces off the garbage can, and that really pisses the possum off, so it starts flying at us like a goddamn Ninja Turtle. I dive my ass back in the tent like I'm in a Jason Statham movie, but Michael's ass decides to run into his house instead, like the big wuss that he is. So there I am, sitting in a tent with a goddamn crouton box. Surely Michael's not gonna leave me out here and let that possum have its way with me, but that's exactly what Michael's ass did. So 20 minutes go by, and I'm like, to hell with it. I'm just gonna have to make a break for it to Michael's house. I peek out of the tent. I'm all nervous and shit. Hell, I don't even have the Undertaker with me for protection. Now I'm armed with a fucking box of croutons of all things. So there I am, running through Michael's backyard like it's the goddamn beaches of Normandy. I go through Michael's back door and into his kitchen, and I think I'm in the clear. That is until I realize Michael's stepdad's in his underwear getting a beer out of the fridge. Oh, sick, he's wearing whitey tighties for Christ's sake. What the hell are you looking at? And what the hell are you doing with our box of croutons? What are we, feeding the whole goddamn neighborhood? So after being threatened by a possum and seeing a grown man in his underwear, I decide that I've had enough for the night and I take my ass home. The next day, I go up to Michael like, dude, thanks for abandoning me in your backyard with nothing to defend myself but a fucking box of bread. Well, what did you want me to do? There was a goddamn Wolverine in the garbage. Michael, it was not a Wolverine. Yes, it was. It was a Wolverine and it was going, tra-la-la-la-la. God damn it, Michael. For the last time, it was a possum, not a Wolverine. Wolverines live in Alaska, and they sure as hell don't go tra-la-la-la-la. Hey, have you guys seen a Wolverine around here? I swear, I keep hearing a fucking Wolverine.
brewstew.com.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Just a quick reminder, the Michael Stepdad plush toys will only be available for purchase until this Friday. So if you want to help support the channel, or if you just want to have your very own stepdad instead, go check them out at the link in the description of this video.